Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Brandon from Audio Addiction. I have graduated. I'm now a toddler to K-pop. So if you are watching this on Twitch, welcome. Love to see you. I'm of course joined by my lovely two co-hosts, Alex and Therese, on this fine, lovely night. How's it going? What's up?
Good.
Hello, it's going well. Excited. I've
Yes.
uh, I've turned my colors purple in honor of BTS month.
Oh, there you go.
I
So
have
I'm ready to rock.
you can't really see it while the sun's up, but I have my Aurora lamp in honor of JK's iconic Aurora lamp streams. You get it if you're Army.
And I have blue, just cause, and also wearing
'Cause you're
my
blue?
Wii hat. Shout outs to Wii, that was a great
Yeah.
show, very fun. But yeah, we're gonna be taking the dive into BTS. This is something that I know a lot of you have been waiting for, and I've been very excited to jump into BTS because I only know maybe like 3 songs from BTS. So, and that's like no joke. So I'm excited to do it. Therese has spent an god, I don't even know how many hours, how much time. So if you could show her some love, that'd be great. But yeah, it's a deep dive day. We're gonna be jumping into the rap line here today. Therese felt it was best to get us familiarized with the rap line first, and then are we doing the vocal line after that, Therese?
Yeah, let
Yeah,
me go
Therese,
over my
give us the rundown here.
Give us the rundown.
I have a quick disclaimer. We are streaming live on Twitch. Anyone in the comments, welcome. The intent of these videos is to inform and discuss BTS as musical artists. Whether you're a fan or you're not, we are welcoming you. We just hope that you be respectful. And we encourage active discussion, but I would ask to please refrain from info dumping unless we ask for fan clarification. I am a love yourself era army, but we are not experts, so we accept any kind of corrections or anything. And also, I recognize that Army has a tendency to respond defensively to comments of BTS. I'm guilty of this as well. Just know that we all love music here and we love K-pop, so you're in good company.
Facts. K-pop cool.
K-pop is cool.
I'm about it. Yeah, and our chat's pretty sick, if I can say so myself.
Yeah.
So
So
love them.
So I'll start with the basics of BTS. BTS. Their group name stands for Bangtan. I'm not a Korean speaker, so don't take my pronunciation as law. But that loosely translates to Bulletproof Boy Scouts. I've also heard native Korean speakers say it translates to like Reckless Boys. They are a self-produced hip-hop idol group under Big Hit Entertainment, and they debuted on June 13th, 2013. There are 7 members. Their names are RM, Jin, Suga, J-Hope, Jimin, V, and Jungkook. They are all Korean, but can speak some English. I don't know why I have to say this every time, but when I'm explaining BTS to people, the first question I get is, are they Korean? Yes, they're all Korean. And RM is the only one that has said he is fluent in English. The rest of the members, they know English, they can understand English, but they're not, carrying out conversations as loosely. Their fandom name is Army, and yeah, everyone knows Army. If they don't know BTS, they know Army. I'm gonna say like anything that people want to say that's bad about the fandom or whatever. That's your opinion. I've met a lot of really great people through the fandom, and I just want to take all of the negativities aside. I don't want to talk about the trauma that we have or how BTS had been treated in the past. I just want to talk about where they started, what they're doing. We don't need to do the whole underdog story because people have used it a ton. And I just want to get into like their music and what inspires them and stuff.
Very nice. Cool. Well, I'm excited. We have some familiar faces, of course, and we have some returning people, which is always very nice. Shoop, we haven't seen you in a little bit. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for hanging. Sarah joined us back from 17 Deep Dive. Very nice, very nice.
Hey.
And Tay, thanks for catching the stream. Glad you were able to make it. Very sick. Well,
And if you're watching on YouTube, by the way, you can be part of this lovely chat if you come hang out on Twitch when we live stream this. This is all the schedule is posted on the YouTube channel and under the community tab. The schedule is outlined for the entire month. So
yeah.
if you can make a stream, come hang out. The chat would love to have you. We'd love to have you. You know, it's a pretty good time. Sometimes stuff gets missed in the YouTube uploads 'cause of copyright. I think watching live on Twitch is the most fun.
Most
So,
optimal. Yeah.
if you can make it, come hang out.
Yeah. We're pretty nice, I would argue. So come hang out. Be very fun. But I think
Oh,
we're.
yeah.
Oh, go
I
ahead,
should
Therese.
go over the playlist for today.
Yeah.
My idea was to start with each of the rap team members, and as we get into each discography, I'll go over like how they entered Big Hit Entertainment, because I think they all have really interesting joining stories. And it's also a bit of like K-pop history at this point. But
Yeah.
so yeah, we will dive into first BTS intro persona. Also, preface: some of these songs are solo songs, but they are not under the solo artist tab in Spotify. They're under BTS as a whole. This was something I had to explain to Brandon earlier. It wasn't always that each of the members had their own Spotify. They were just doing solo stuff in the group as part of the group. So I'm going to list them off as they're listed in Spotify so you guys can find them. BTS, Intro Persona. This is a RM solo track. And then RM, Wildflower. RM, Lost. BTS, Boy Meets Evil. This is a J-Hope solo track.
Ooh.
J-Hope, Hope World. J-Hope, More. BTS, Intro, Nevermind. And that's a Suga solo track. And then we're going to get into Agust D, Daechwita, Agust D, Haegeum, Agust D, AMYGDALA. And then finally, their rap unit song, Cypher Part 1. Oh, wait, no, I changed that. We're doing Paldogangsan and then Cypher Part 4.
Ooh.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
You'll ask if you said J-Hope Ego.
Not J-Hope Ego. We are doing Boy Meets Evil, Hope World, and More.
Okay.
Solid track.
Oh, and I forgot to also clarify. I'm somewhere in the middle between Brandon and Therese here with the BTS knowledge. I feel like I've heard all the title tracks. I probably have heard most of the solo tracks. I just don't know too much about them or too many like backstories. I don't know a lot of information. I don't know a lot of B-sides. Basically, I know the music and I know the members, and that's kind of where I'm at. So definitely also excited to get to know them a lot better.
Very stoked. Well, listen, we're going to kick it off with Persona, so see what's going on.
Should I give some info on RM?
Yeah, absolutely. We'd love it.
Cool.
Shoot.
RM, his stage name originally stood for Rap Monster. This not a joke, that's real. But he later on changed it. He's like, that doesn't really define me anymore. I'm just gonna go by RM. He also calls it like real me, whatever. His full name is Kim Namjoon, and he is the leader of BTS. And he's one of the few artists that is very much like a poet, so doing a lot of the lyrics. Huge writer. He writes for other songs too. And he, as I said, is fluent in English, so he plays around with language a lot.
Okay.
He started at Big Hit Entertainment through, basically it was like one of the producers, P-Dog, at Big Hit, before they even had BTS, he was having like drinks with a friend, and the friend was like, hey, there's this really talented high school guy that you should check out, and showed him a video. And P-Dog was like, damn, that kid's good. So they actually called him and they were like, hey, come over and audition for us. And it's reportedly said, I'm getting a lot of this from the BTS book Beyond the Story. And reportedly, like, the day he auditioned, he like signed the contract. But Big Hit Entertainment didn't have any plans for any kind of trainees. they had nothing. They didn't have dorms. They didn't have a plan. Well, I'm sure they had a plan, but they weren't telling anyone. So they basically just signed RM because they thought he was so good, and then sort of built up after that and started getting more people and holding more auditions. So originally BTS was supposed to be a rap group, not an idol group. And that's who they were recruiting for, which are the first 3 members that joined. And yeah, I'll get it more into how BTS as a group was formed when we get into the OT7 stuff. But yeah, he was an underground rapper. He kind of already had a following, but hip hop wasn't huge in Korea at the time, so not famous.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Very nice. I assume they helped popularize it more to some degree. Obviously,
I think
not
it was
like
popularizing itself, but
Okay,
they
okay.
definitely they were one of the few groups that was doing a lot of hip hop.
Okay. Very cool. All right. Well, if we're good to go, I think we're gonna launch it with Persona.
Ready.
So
Yeah.
let's rock.
Don't forget caption.
Nope. It's on.
Yo. 나는 누구인가 평생 물어본 질문 아마 평생 정답은 찾지 못할 그 질문 나는 놈을 고정 말 몇 개로 답할 수 있었다면 신께서 그 수많은 아름다움을 담아주신 않았겠지 how you feel 지금 기분이 어때 사실 난 너무 좋아 근데 조금 불편해 나는 내가 개지 돼지인지 뭔지도 아직 잘 모르겠는데 남들이 와서 진주 먹거리를 꺼내 예전보단 더 짓고서 소환했던 슈퍼히로 이제 진짜 된 것 같아 근데 갈수록 뭐 말들이 많어 누군 달리라고 누군 멈춰서라 해 얘는 숲을 보라고 걔는 들고 들보라 해내 그림자라는 망설이 이라 쓰고 불렀네 개그가 되고 나서 망설인 적이 없었네 무대 아랬던 나는 조명 아랬던 자꾸 나타나 하지라기처럼 뜨겁게 자꾸 날 노려보네 야 이 짓을 왜 시작한 건지 벌써 잊었냐 넌 그냥 들어주는 네가 있단 게 막 좋았던 거야 가끔은 그냥 싹 다 헛소리 같아 shaman 나오는 거 알지 시기 같아 나 따위가 무슨 뮤직 나 따위가 무슨 춤 나 따위가 무슨 소명 나 따위가 무슨 뮤즈 내가 아는 나의 그 어쩜 그게 사실 내 전부 세상은 사실 아무 관심 없어 나의 서춤 이제 실리지도 않은 후회들과 매일 밤 싱그럽게 굴고 돌릴 길 없는 시간들이 습관처럼 비틀어도 그때마다 날 또 이렇게 세운 것 최초의 질문 내 이름 성샤 그 가장 앞에 wild but so I'm asking once again yeah who the hell am I tell me all your names baby do you wanna die or do you wanna go you do you wanna fly what's it show what's it drink do you think you lie
Woo.
oh shit I don't know man but I know one thing Yeah, my name is 내가 기억하고 사람들이 아는 날 토로하기 위해 내가 스스로 만들어낸 나의 날 속여왔을지도 뻥쳐왔을지도 부끄럽지 않아 이게 내 영혼의 지도 You're myself 넌 절대로 너의 혼돈을 잃지 마 따뜻히도 차갑게도 될 필요 없으니까 가끔은 위선적이어도 위약적이어도 이 내가 걸어두고 싶은 내 방향의 척도 내가 되고 싶은 나 사람들이 원하는 나 네가 사랑하는 나 또 내가 빚어내는 나 웃고 있는 나 가끔은 울고 있는 나 지금도 매순 가사라 숨쉬는 persona Who the hell am I? I just wanna go I just wanna fly I just wanna give you all the voices till I die I just wanna give you all the shoulders when you cry Persona Who the hell am I? I just wanna go I just wanna fly I just wanna give you all the voices till I die I just wanna give you all the shoulders when you cry
Very cool. All right. That was Persona. If you're just joining us. Very nice.
All right.
I guess I'll start since I'm the
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great, you know.
First BTS song
First
that you were
BTS
like, actively going to listen to.
I was actively going to listen to. I'll preface and say that I've only heard like Dynamite, Butter, and then ironically enough we watched Island 2 and then I heard the Steve Aoki like remix they did. So technically I've only listened to 3 BTS songs and 2 were against my will because when I worked retail they would just show up. You know what I mean? It's like you get the 1-2 punch of like a Taylor Swift song, and then you're like, who's this? They sound pretty good. I'll probably never listen to
Who's
them.
this? It's not Taylor Swift.
I don't listen to Taylor Swift either, but no offense to her. You know, if you like Taylor Swift, hey, that's on you. You know, but yes, Youthful is mic drop. But yeah, that's my knowing knowledge of what they do. And I've kind of dipped my toes a little bit into solo material, but not too crazily. But this was great. I thought this was very fun. I like the more like rock bass track. I thought that was pretty interesting. I wasn't really knowing what to expect with RM, but I thought it was pretty interesting overall. His rapping flow is very unique. But yeah, this was fun. I'm more curious just because this is the first song, and normally it's like I don't really have anything to bend it off of. So I'm curious to just see where his like evolution as an artist kind of goes. But he's got a unique like tone. Like I like his like styling, and as you mentioned before, Therese, the juxtaposition between him like speaking in Korean and then jumping to English, I feel like it was so fluid, and it was almost as if if you hadn't told me, I wouldn't have even thought of it. It just like the transition was just super clean and really nice. So overall, yeah, I thought this is good start for, again, somebody I'm very not familiar with, but will obviously get very familiar with over the next month.
Yeah, and I want to put you at ease a bit because I didn't start with his first rap track. I started with something a little more modern, and that's the same for all of the solo tracks I chose. They're all a little bit more modern.
Okay.
Just to show, because they go from like 0 to 100. They have all of the genres encompassing. So it's less of a whiplash to be able to listen to the sounds that they're more likely to make now, and
Sure.
try and stay within some realm of production rather than having to go back to original hip-hop BTS. But we will be getting into original hip-hop BTS, don't worry. Just for this case, when you're getting to know the members, it helps to recognize who they are.
Sure.
When you see their after-military photos.
I will say it was nice because I think even when Therese and I had done GOT7, like it was nice to get to know the members more familiar, like in a more familiar sense. And then I think once we got into like the group material, I was like, oh, okay, like I like this person, or I like this person, or wow, they were totally different in their solo material compared to like they're in the group setting. So I appreciate the level of expertise that they have, and obviously being one of the biggest boy groups of all time, arguably, they have to be that versatile. So I did see the comment from Shoop and Youthful. I agree. I don't feel like, and just based off of my knowledge of music, I do feel like those Butter and Dynamite obviously are mass appeal songs. They're not going to like speak for an entire group or band's discography, Therese's face.
I'm getting triggered.
I didn't mean to. I'm just saying that's
No. It's not on you. It's just it's the years. It's the years that are waiting.
I feel like I gave Therese like a war like PTSD flashback. You just see like planes flying around.
It won't.
Therese
even
is
be you
coming.
doing it.
Therese is coming out of this series with an aneurysm for sure.
I'm in good mood,
All right.
though, guys. No hatering.
Let me talk about Persona.
Oh,
Yeah, talk about it.
I haven't heard it before, which is like kind of counterintuitive to the statement I just made, where I thought I probably heard most of the songs we're listening to. I think it's still probably true, but that one I haven't heard. I have heard this next one we're getting into, but
okay.
wait for that one.
Okay.
For Persona, thought it was really cool. I definitely haven't listened to too much of like RM solo stuff to compare to, but it's nice hearing him on like an actual like trap beat. It's cool. Because I'm more used to
Oh,
like the more
modern
recent,
day.
the modern stuff, and like the song we're getting into next and stuff. So hearing him on like a trappy with like some kind of dirty drums and guitar, like kind of heavier guitar implemented, is cool to see. I was trying to follow along lyrically with the video as much as possible. It's like a lot to take from one listen, but you were right. He's definitely really good with playing, like using wordplay and like switching between languages really well, and like using, like, it seems like he does a really good job of fitting the words in where they need to be in other languages to make his like verses sound better, like the flow of his raps sound better. It also, I don't know if I got the idea of the video perfectly, but it seemed like he was rapping about or to like other versions of himself.
Very good.
Maybe.
Personas, yeah.
Is that right?
Very good. Yeah.
Okay.
Cold start
Because
for
I was
Alex.
like confused about like what the. I thought when he had like the white hood on in the one, I was like, is this an Assassin's Creed reference? What are we doing? But no, I think I understood it. I put it together. So I thought that was done really well as well. He's also just got a smooth voice, you know. I feel like that's
charisma.
he does.
Yeah.
yeah. I feel like that's a common thing I'll probably talk about with him. He's just got a very like charming, smooth voice. It sounds good, especially on these like more hip hop trappy kind of tracks. His voice just sits really well on the beat. I like it.
Definitely recommend reading through the lyrics if you don't. BTS is one of those groups that you're gonna want to read the lyrics to get the full impact. But
yeah, it's gonna be so hard.
This was definitely a hard one because even RM talked about when he made this track, he did not consider allowing himself a moment to breathe. So when he actually had to perform it live, he was like, and now I was like, oh man, this is hard. But essentially the lyrics were the song Persona is kicking off an era of talking about Jung's map of the soul, which is like there's like 3 different parts of yourself that need to work together to create your full personality. And the persona is the one that you outwardly show, which he's exemplifying in his idolness. Like that's all idols do is like personas. But he also talks about how like every part of himself is still him. And it's definitely a message that has resonated with me a lot, is like, yeah, I like broccoli today, and that's still a part of me. But if I don't like broccoli in 20 years, that's a part of me too. Like, you can't just define yourself based on the personality traits you have right now, because it's going to change over time. And all of those parts are still you. It's still your experience, and you don't have to like define yourself based off of liking BTS. No, that's mostly for me.
A mirror, like.
But yeah, I am gonna try and go through and listen to these songs objectively. It's really hard to listen to BTS objectively when you've just loved everything they've done for the past like 10 years, 11 now.
Yeah.
But I really like the beat he used on this. I think it's sick. He actually uses some samples of some of their older songs in this song, and that's purely like in the instrumental, and you wouldn't pay attention to it unless you knew their older songs really well. But I also just really like the ad-libs that he added inside the beat. I think the actually I should shout out exactly who worked on this, because I have my favorite producers in Big Hit. This was a P-Dog song.
Hey.
So written by Hiss Noise, P-Dog, and RM. Yeah, and I really like the end. Like, it's super abrupt, but it's the perfect like mic drop moment.
P-Dog. Everyone's saying P-Dog. Let's go. Dubs for P-Dog. Love to see it. I also thought that was cool. I didn't know that Therese about that he samples out some of the older songs. I kind of actually would tie it more similarly to, because obviously the song's called Persona, so I wonder if it's just an inflection on like him having different personas over the years because of each album or mini album.
I mean, he literally changed his stage name, so yeah.
Yeah. So
You can have multiple personas. Still you.
still crushing it.
But
We love it.
oh, I will say, like, if we want to differentiate these, like, before they went solo, like before the military times, that's the cutoff for Chapter 1 BTS and then
Ooh.
Chapter 2 BTS. So Chapter 2 BTS is like, it pretty much starts with Jin doing a song that Coldplay wrote for him, and then it continues, I think, unless J-Hope was before that. Now my timelines are getting all messed up.
So
But
are we?
once they started putting Spotify artists together for like singular soloists, that's Chapter 2.
So we're in chapter 2 right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Chewy Chompy, thanks for joining. They asked how much have we missed. You only missed one, but it looks like you joined at the right time, and watched it. So very sick. We'd love to see it. Thanks for joining us. Everyone's saying
it was in song, but written by Cole.
everyone's saying don't overwhelm me. I'm taking this with each song.
Yeah, you don't have to read all of the. That's where I was like, try not to info dump, guys, because it's got a lot. It's got a lot to get through.
I'll soak it all in. I'm a sponge here. So,
all right.
All right, cool.
10 points to Brandon.
Thank you. All right, cool. Well, very stoked. We're gonna move on to the next one, which it looks like we have is Wildflower, featuring Eugene. So, very nice, very nice. Let's rock.
동경했어 난 그저 화려하게 치고 싶은 날 시작의 전부터 나 상상했었지 그때 웃으며 박수 쳐줄 수 있게 나 소원했어 난 믿었던 게 다 멀어지던 때 이 모든 명예가 이제 멍해가 됐을 때 이 욕심을 제발 걷어가소서 어떤 일이 있어도 나를 나로 하게 하소서 Oh every day and every night persistent pain ain't criminal mind 내 심장 소리에 잠 못 들던 밤 창밖에 걸은 청승마 지초승달 I do wish me a lovely night 내 분수보다 비대해질 life 저기 날아오르는 풍선을 내스치고 다져 물어 대체 지금 너 어때 Where you go where'd you show you where'd you 마지막일까 전부 진절이 나 하나 열까지 다 이지그치 끝한 가면은 언제 벗겨질까 예민한 히로 민호 빌런 아무것도 아닌 나 공회전은 반복돼 기억들은 아폭해 난 눈물을 판 속에 시선을 던져 하루에 뭘 원했었던 건지 이제 기억이 안 나 얻었다 믿었던 모든 행복은 여자이나 No matter what's wrong 그게 뭐가 됐건 새벽에 호 자락을 붙잡고 뭔가 소해내는 기억 목소리만 자들의 사회 난 여전히 침묵을 말해 이건 방백과수가 독답해 모두 오해 편견들이 다게 반갑잖아 너의 행가래 내 두 발이 여기 땅 위에 이름도 없는 꽃들과 함께 다시 별에 가시고 소확해 발밑으로 와주시고 목적 없는 목적지도 슬픈 줄도 모르고 그림자와 저 친구로 맨발 원래 내 것은 아무것도 없었지. And you tell me like gotta be a someone. 난 절대 그들처럼 될 수 없음네. 여태껏 날 지켜온 단 하나의 힘과 전 타는 불꽃에서 들꽃으로 손에 내서 영원으로 나의 광야가 되는 하늘을 언젠가 나 되돌아가래. 저 하늘을 흩어질래. Like a flower, 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 flower. 눈부시게 like a flower, flower, flower,
Oh, is there a little more, Therese? No.
I don't think.
Okay. I didn't know.
The
All right,
end
cool.
title.
Well, this is Wildflower with Youjeen. If you're just joining us tonight. Very cool.
Man, what a good song.
Oh, you starting off, Alex?
Sure. No one else is talking. I'll go. This is such a good song. I don't know. I didn't really give it much thought prior to us starting this BTS series of like ranking in my head or anything. Like I didn't really do a lot of
pre-ranks.
So it's kind of gonna be, I'm gonna be jumbling things around in my head as we go and like remembering how much I like songs probably a lot. This is the first one to be like, damn, this is a good song. I need to start listening to it more. It does such a good job of like being a hip hop song, right? Like his rap verses are really good. I mean, he's not shying away from actually rapping to have an emotional song. But it does a really good job also of having like a really different, like it's a really beautiful instrumental. The incorporation of strings, it uses a snare drum that's super reverbed, which gives it like a really big wide like sort of like concert hall feeling, or like stadium feeling, like in that shot in the stadium. I think that all just like adds to the emotion and like the weight of the song. So I think it's a really good mix of like showing off that he's a talented rapper and a great lyricist, but also having like a really solid instrumental. And then Eugeene's voice just complements so well, and she's got such an incredible voice. Like it's so, in addition to everything else that adds to the feeling of the song, her voice is so like, I don't know the right word to describe it. It's very what is it?
Complimentary?
I was gonna say tense or like the relieving. I don't know. It provides a good amount of tension for me to like stretch out the song.
Yeah, it just sounds like somebody who was like, it sounds like she was emotional while recording it. You know what I mean? It just sounds very very good for the song. I don't really know her band. What is it? Cherry Filter, right? She's in Cherry Filter.
Yeah,
I think Youthful mentioned that.
Super familiar with them.
Yeah, that's a good good way to word it. Youthful. It sounds like as she's singing, she's like crying out. It's like a very emotional way that she went about that. I really liked it. I think it complemented so well. I think that like the way that song started with like the flower field, that's where I'm at, that with complemented with her vocals at the end was like such a good wrap up, because it like brings it full circle. And then I don't know, the song, it definitely the first emotional feeling of the night.
Ooh, I will
Only the
also.
second song.
We're only 2 songs in. No, I would have to agree. I was definitely starting to get like goosebumps, you know, there, especially like towards that like bridge section where everything kind of opens up more, and like once you get into like again Eugene's like vocals and stuff, I think it really just weirdly enough just like tugs on your heartstrings in a unique way. And um typically I feel that way about like more of the heavier music that I listen to. And not to say that K-pop doesn't do that for me, but this is the first time probably on live that I've been like, oh my god, like I definitely feel this sort of emotion that don't generally feel for the type of music that we listen to. So that is a huge compliment to RM. But I think that this song does a really great job of like not only conveying emotion like pretty immediately, but I think also it's cool to see like his tonal shifts between the song. Like the first part of the song was really interesting because I don't know if he's got like a little bit of like a vocal grit to his tone, but like it's got this like really nice like, and gravelly is gonna sound like a terrible adjective to describe it, but like he's got this like he's got kind of like a gravelly sort of like vocal that really is complementary to his like emotional and like depthful side of his like lyricism. So I felt like it kind of cut a little bit more because it was like that. And then the way that he's able to kind of push his vocals a little bit more as the song kind of goes on, like is really nice. And I think it conveys that sort of emotion that I think is really well needed and well suited to that song. And then you get to the chorus, and then Eugene has like this really like emotional, powerful, like driving vocals that just, I was already here, and like we took the train like all the way straight north, you know.
Yeah.
And so I thought that was really well arranged, because I think you already start to feel that sort of like ball of emotion in that first verse, and then once you get into the pre-chorus and the chorus, then that's like when the just to just like set it free kind of in a weird way. So I thought this was great. I mean, I saw a few people in chat say that this one is amongst their favorite BTS songs as a whole, and I can for sure see why it's amongst people's favorites. Yeah, and I could imagine if I was probably listening to this like just chilling out on my bed or whatever, I probably start laying out some tears, you know. But yeah, this is great. I think it is a very good representation of RM. And I feel like if this isn't on people's list of songs to show of BTS, then I'd be very, 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 very surprised.
Mm-hmm. So someone mentioned Mono, which was originally in this playlist, and then he dropped a new album, so it got pushed out. But Mono was a mixtape that he released for free. It was for anyone to listen to on SoundCloud, I think. And okay. A lot of the same feels.
I had to listen to it now.
His voice, to me, it's funny that you said gravelly, because I always thought of it kind of like concrete. Like it can be very smooth, and it's very heavy. Like it kind of grounds you.
Okay, I can see that. I can hear that too.
It's a little bit brittle. Like it's not perfect, and he's talked about like, I'm not a singer, I'm a rapper. I don't like sing. I don't practice my vocal stuff unless I'm trying to achieve a certain vocal level in my songs. So like I totally get it. I'm like, yeah, he knows what he's doing. He knows how to work with his voice, and the producers do too, obviously. This was a Doc Skim song, by the way.
Okay.
Don't know a ton of Doc Skim works, but I'm sure as soon as I see one, I'll be like, yes.
Yes, I know this one.
I want to point out more of the wordplay that you guys might not be getting, but I was kind of privy to when he released the name of it or the idea of it. It's a lot of talking about flowers and fireworks. And I know in Japanese that the word for fireworks, hanabi, literally means like fire flower. And I asked some native Korean speakers if that was the case in Korean, and they said, yeah, kind of. It's the same sort of characters, or the same sort of like compound word to mean fire flower. And in this case, he's like referencing the flowerness of fireworks, how they burn really bright, they go off into the sky and make beautiful things, but they immediately burn out. And he commonly references stuff like that in their lyrics as a group because they recognize that they rose to fame really early and like immediately. There was almost no buildup. So they constantly struggle with having to ground themselves and wanting to be themselves before being idols and before being famous people. They don't want to succumb to the fame. And that's he wants to be a flower. He doesn't want to burn out into the sky. He just wants to stay like grounded. And that's so beautiful and so sad. But it is what it is. That's their lives. They've inspired millions of people with it. So, yeah.
I think it's a tough line to cross, you know, like, because oh my god, I could only imagine. My heart.
Especially seeing like what Doja Cat's been going through. A lot of like newer celebrities aren't used to this kind of fame because they're like, well, I was just on the internet playing around, and then all of a sudden, like, oh my god, look at Brittany Broski, look at like a ton of people that were just hanging out and filming something, made a meme, and now all of a sudden everyone's in their DMs. It's crazy. So
yeah, we have to make a meme.
Shout-outs to you
Everyone
guys, micro celebrities.
We are, we don't want to be micro celebrities, so I don't know.
Don't make us gatekeep us. Gatekeep us. Don't make us micro celebrities.
I'm not prepared for it. But if you do see me at your show, say hello, because it's great. 1 million. Oh God, don't know. We're fast tracking it to 5K, so shit.
Gatekeep.
I mean, if you
Brandon wants to keep reviewing these indie bands, so he can't get big, or else the.
No, that's always a part of my heart. I'll continue to do that. Well beyond getting the BTS fame, maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see what happens. But either way, we're gonna keep it moving. The next one we have on the list is Lost, and this is the newest one, Therese, correct?
Yes.
All right, cool.
Like last 2-3 weeks. What day is it?
I definitely don't know this one.
I also don't know this, but I have seen this thumbnail, so I'm
so excited.
It shows up on my suggested, and I'm just like, no, YouTube. We're going to check it out soon. So there we go. All right. Very sick. This is Lost. That was cool.
Good evening. 좋은 저녁이에요.
Presenting his new solo single.
Lost.
저는 이 노래를 너무 좋아요.
그는 오늘 밤 우리 위해 공연해요. Performing for us tonight.
Give it up for RM.
Geeking out over the set, guys.
I get lost. Take it for the low light. It was you. It was you.
What?
It was you.
Goddamn lost. I've never been to a club before I hit the club. I never felt so free before your goddamn girls. I never felt so fine before I hit the club. Hold up, damn now thinking the word. 정신 차려보니 어느새 나 통한 걸 안에선 살 14살 get busted 30 And I look up in the sky, it's a silver cloud, you hurry Dump it underground, pick it up, throw it in the trunk. Dump it underground, pick it up, throw it in the trunk. Dump it underground, pick it up, throw it in the trunk. Dump it underground, pick it up. Now let's go dump. Dump it underground shit. Dump it underground shit. 난 자꾸 넘어져, 피가 흐르는 중. I get lost in the ground, but I'm bagging at you. I'm goddamn lost. Goddamn lost. I've never been to club before. I hit the club. I always feel lifeless. And in the morning I feel love, I hug it in excitement. Every morning, every night, I always feel excitement. When I feel lonely as fuck, I still lifeless. I'm never loving alone, gonna lightless. I'm goddamn lost.
Ooh.
I've never been to club before, I hit the club. I never felt so free before, your goddamn girls. I never felt so fine before, I hit the club. I never felt so free before. I got temptation. I got temptation. I got temptation. I got temptation. I got temp.
That was
Incredible.
Lost is out everywhere.
Give it up for RM.
That's me waiting for part 2 of Deep BTS Month.
I got temptation.
What?
I got
There's more?
temptation. I
Oh,
got
that's just a credit.
temptation. I got temptation.
I like the little RM figure
I
though.
Yeah,
got them.
it's cute.
Very cute. All right, cool. That was RM's Lost. If you're just joining us for BTS Month, woo! Let's go.
Y'all, this album is like if you went to RM's basement and he was like, "Hey, let me show you something I was messing with." It was like so personal. It's like it's creepy, not creepy. It's just like it's very like dude energy. Like, let me play my guitar at you.
Here's Wonderwall, dude. No, I'm kidding.
I really, really like it. I'll go first because RM is such a weird guy, but not like weird, just weird celebrity, because he's definitely just some dude that you went to high school with that ended up becoming famous, and it's like apparent. It's apparent in everything he's like doing and saying in this particular music video. But I forgot who he was talking to, where they were like talking to him. They're like, "Man, you're really like contradictory. Like you're kind of all over the place." He's like, "Yeah, that's just how it works in my head." And this was kind of a glimpse into like inside RM's brain. But like all the different people, they all had a name tag that said RM on them. They were all him. And this kind of goes back to persona. Like these are all parts of myself,
Sure.
but you might not see them all the time. And while they're doing something, the other me is doing something else. This is like the ADHD anthem. Everyone, shout out shout out if this is your anthem.
Shouts to the ADHD
'Cause this is
homies.
mine.
Let's go.
Yeah.
The gang.
Jumping on the ground, pick it up, throw it in the truck. But I think especially like the set is incredible. I am a huge major fan of hedge mazes. I just love making mazes.
Did not know that.
part of my job is designing experiences for other people. I love mazes. I am the maze girl. They come to me when they want dead ends and weird shit in different parts of the room. And they made a perspective maze that you could just put on a stage and stand in, and it'll look like you're like walking through the maze, but you can see into it. That is so cool. I'm actually currently 3D printing that maze because I was like, I kind of want this as like a pencil holder. So I modeled it and now I'm printing it. It's going great, by the way.
Let's
but
go. Let's
all
go.
of the little like isometric rooms. Oh, there's the preview.
I love
Hey,
I
but
love
all-
mazes.
I love mazes. All of the like isometric rooms that he was doing different things in, it was like a view of The Sims. It was like Minecraft. It's like all
Yeah,
these people that
yeah.
are doing different things in his head. And then towards the end, you see all of his other selves looking up, watching his persona perform, which is crazy. Oh my gosh, so cool.
Man's cooking.
I love all of the little like instrumentals, like the diddle diddle diddle. Oh, it scratches the brain so good. I think the vocals. I forgot. Someone shouted out who the vocal was in this track. If you guys know, drop it in the comments. But they work really well. They show like a more playful side of the song, making it kind of like childish sounding. And
Yeah, could tell.
it's definitely not like a serious, super serious track. It's just like, I don't know what's going on in his head. So very, very cool. I really like this one.
Yufel said Kim Hanjo, maybe?
Kim Hanju. Okay, I'll take it.
If you know, let us know. I guess I'll go next. In terms of music video, man, I want to know what drugs I took before I watched this because I was cooking. But overall, I thought the song was interesting. I will say at first I was like, is this really going to make sense? Like I'm just, like was trying to piecemeal the song together because I feel like we listened to Wildflower and I was like, man, this one's gut wrenching. This one's like heavy. It's like deep. And then this is like the complete 180 of that. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, am I like just not feeling it? Like what's going on? And I saw someone in chat say that it gave me like Tyler the Creator vibes.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then I was like, you know what? Actually, that's true, you know? And once I saw that comment roll through chat, I was like, that makes sense. Now everything's starting to click. It's starting to make sense. Like I even thought, even very similarly, in terms of sound wise, it also kind of reminded me a lot of like the newest Childish Gambino album, which also is great. Go check that out if you haven't. But I was very surprised because like I think musically it reminds me a lot of that like really experimental, like odd kind of pop music that like I think if you give it more listens, it like becomes more interesting, or things about the song like that you didn't notice the first time around make themselves more apparent in like more listens. And I do think that this song is definitely one that will probably grow on me as I continue to listen through the BTS catalog. But I will also say on like first listen, I'm just kind of like, am I like intelligent enough to get this song? You know, like that, like, am I like, are there certain things going on that like, if my brain's just not like we're putting a square block in a circle hole, you know what I mean? Like
You don't like mazes.
it don't, I didn't say that. I didn't say I didn't like mazes. Hey, don't read into it like that.
That's
you know?
what I'm hearing.
but it was very odd, and I think watching the music video also too, like I think also didn't help that either, and so I'll have to give this another listen. I'd be more curious to think about it. I'll have to give this more of a listen. I think there was definitely a lot of interesting stuff going on. I like that kind of dropout section in the, I guess it was the bridge per se. I thought that was really fun. I like that kind of switch up. I think songs kind of need a tempo change in some fashion. But I will say that like chorus will get stuck in my head. That is an ear candy like gem right there. So yeah, no, this was very interesting. I think I'm more curious to hear his like oddity, like experimental sort of stuff. And I also feel like the music video is a little bit of an homage to like Eric Andre, if I had to guess. Alex, your thoughts?
The show definitely had a little bit, or like the video definitely had a little bit of like a Eric Andre Truman Show kind of
I was gonna say, yeah,
thing going on, in a sense. I think it like part of the way it was filmed. I think I see what you're saying. The song was really interesting. It definitely was not what I was expecting. It definitely gives me the vibe of like somebody who's done, maybe feels like they were doing the same thing for a while, and then like it gives me the vibe of like somebody who's like, oh, I did, you know, this kind of sound forever. I've done this, like, I don't know, BTS sound forever, and they like locked themselves in their studio basement and just collaborated with a bunch of people and just like shut all the windows and blinds and just wrote a bunch of wacky stuff for a long time. And this is just like one of the like crazy projects that came out of it, like a weird brainchild. It sounds like it was co-written by like an indie band.
yeah,
It definitely does. I don't know who
You got it.
credits are, but it definitely does not sound like an RM only original. It sounds very like 2000s indie band co-written.
So, do you know Silica Gel?
I do, kind of.
This was co-written by Kim Hanju, who was member of Silica Gel.
Oh, okay, cool.
Huh.
Well, that checks out then.
Yep.
I feel validated. I'm glad you went first with explaining like the personas and stuff, because I had more questions than answers, but now I feel like you've clarified most of my stuff that I was wondering about, like the video and like what was referencing what. I think, like Brandon, I probably need to give it some more listens for it to really like hit as hard as some of his other solo stuff. Not that I don't like it. I just think it is definitely jarring and probably takes a couple more listens to appreciate more. So at first listen, it's kind of just like it's a lot going on and it's a lot to process. But overall, I thought it was pretty good. I also enjoyed that section where it kind of the beat dropped sort of in halftime and had a nice like change of tempo. So that was a good structure change for the song. Really caught me off in the beginning with like those arpeggiated synths. I have no idea where we're going. I was like, are we about to get like a liquid drum and bass track? Like what are we doing here? It definitely went a different vibe than I was expecting. So shout out to him for doing something different.
Yeah, I respect the level of passion that he has to just do something different. You know, I feel like if you're an artist and you feel in a rut, sometimes it's best to just like do something that is just like really out there. And I fuck with the vision. I was also very surprised at how much he cursed in the song, which was very interesting to me.
That's another chapter 2 sort of you'll hear a lot more cursing as we go on.
I'm okay with I'm not like against cursing. I love cursing, baby. Let's go. But like but I was like
success will get you. You're allowed to curse now. Haha.
Oh, I know it's nothing. I know there will probably be plenty of cursing, but I feel like I'm so like I feel like I'm so non-knowing of all that sort of stuff that I thought it was very interesting to just hear just RM just go ham and say like goddamn like shit. Like, you know, he was going through the list, like checking off the box, like check boxing. He was just like, okay, did I use this?
Oh,
Did I use this? Did I use this? You know?
Oh, Brandon.
I know. Hey,
You
listen,
haven't
I'm a
even gotten into the bilingual cursing.
Listen, I'm a toddler. All right. Okay. So what do you expect? What do you expect from me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll agree with you guys. I understand wanting to listen to this more. I do think that there is a magic MSG that they sprinkle on all of the BTS tracks that the more you listen to it, the better it gets. So
Okay.
be careful.
Tay said it says
Because this literally gets stuck in my head when I go to sleep now.
your 90 night song. But I feel like Tay said it best in the chat. They said it's a song that needs time to marinate, and I feel like
Yeah.
I can definitely get behind that. So very cool. Very cool. Well, everyone's telling me wait for Suga. I will. I will. You know, I'm excited. My only knowledge of Suga is that shout outs he did a feature on a Max track, which I love Max. Shout outs to
He
him. He's
produced
great.
the track.
Oh, did he? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Blueberry
sick.
Eyes.
Oh, very sick.
Yeah. We were
Max
talking
is the
about it
goat.
before.
Max is the goat. Love Max. All right, cool. We'll keep it schmoving.
Yeah, we got a Max feature on a song, a Suga song too.
Oh!
Suga song.
Let's go.
Can't wait to get to Suga. He's at the end. Okay, so we're about to get into J-Hope.
Hey.
I was going to go in like order of recruitment, but I did want Suga to be the last thing we listened to. I think that's a good one. So, J-Hope, at this point, Big Hit figured out that they need like rooms, and they have rooms for trainees. They have like people they audition. So J-Hope's one of the trainees. They actually, I couldn't find the source for this, but I remember people talking about how he went into the audition, they left him alone in the room with a camera, and he danced for 3 hours. And everyone was just like, what the let's hire this guy. But I don't have the source on that, so you guys can check me in the comments. J-Hope is the dancer. Like, when they were recruiting for this hip-hop group, he was the only one that was dance, and he loves dance, and he continues to love dance. He actually just released a documentary with Amazon Prime where he travels to different countries and learns about the street dancing there from one of the top dancers of that country.
That's actually really cool.
That's so sick.
A really cool documentary. I was watching it on the train, and I really wanted to get up and start dancing. Like, it was inspiring. And the songs are good. He made a full album with some songs that he had already written and some songs that were new, and remixed those songs for the documentary to dance to.
Sick.
Awesome. 10 out of 10 documentary. Yes, J-Hope was part of a dancing crew. I guess that's... Wait, is there anything I missed?
Can you remind us again what 3 songs from J-Hope we're getting into?
Sure. We have BTS Boy Meets Evil, J-Hope Hope World, and J-Hope More on the playlist. There's a lot of really good songs. This one might be all over the place just because I like all of the different things he presents in his music. I think J-Hope's one of my favorite solo artists of all time.
Wow.
I can't explain. He does very funky sounds, and he kind of like throws his rap with a smile. Like, you can hear it.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
I think he's very unique.
J-Hope was my favorite member for a very long time.
J-Hope, yeah.
He's very funny.
Mm-hmm.
It's very funny, and I remember specifically watching the Chicken Noodle Soup Becky G video.
Oh, nice, yeah.
And just being like, that's my guy. This guy's fun. Like, it just looked like such good energy, and I heard a lot of good things about the behind the scenes and stuff. So I was like, he seems like a good guy. I like him. He looks like everything he does, he has fun with. So I've always liked him a lot. I also loved his J. Cole collab. Loved his J. Cole collab.
Hey,
it's a solid one too.
Hey, that's sick.
He is my style icon. I love him. But Oh, I was gonna say like his name J-Hope. His name is Jung Hosok, or also known as Hobie, is his like nickname
Aw,
from the fans.
I love that.
He's a very smiley person. So he's like, I want to be. Oh, whenever he introduces himself, he goes, "I'm your hope, you're my hope, I'm J-Hope." So that's a good
Aw.
introduction to the dude.
Oh, my heart.
Yeah.
Man's killing me. I haven't even met him yet. Cool.
You'll love him. This one, I did add a song that was not like his smiley track. I just really liked his dance performance on it. So that's what we're going to listen to. But
Okay.
I'm really excited to get into.
Also, University. Hello. Thanks for joining us. Very sick. Tay, you missed most of the RM rap crew songs that we're doing
We
here.
did Persona, Wildflower, and Lost.
Yes. All right. Well, let's get into J-Hope then and see what's good.
My scene was not specifically this or that, but consisted of having shaken hands with the devil. The devil held me in his clutches. The enemy was behind me.
That was RM, by the way. So a good transition
Ah, cool.
into J-Hope.
Let's go.
어두워져가 내 미래의 빛 지기 어린 사랑의 이른 꿈을 내 야망의 도끼 매어 칼을 갈았지 뭐 참을 수 없는 내 욕심에 칼을 묻어져 알고 있었어 이 사랑은 악마의 또 다른 이름 손을 잡지 마 외쳤지만 쳐버렸지 내 양심을 날이 갈수록 느끼는 날카로운 실드 현실에 지겨불게 묻은 비트 생각 못했지 그 욕심이 지옥을 부르는 나팔이 터지는 숨이 차오르고 뒤틀린 현실에 눈 감는 매일 밤 울리는 비극에 오르고 But 이 죄 벗게 그걸 잊는 게 당초에 포기가 안 돼요 그 소리 너무 달콤했기에 연했지 버려진 미래 깨어나고 볼 땐 이미 사방인지를 건드릴 수 없는 매서운 뒤의 시선들 기적을 외쳐 현실을 미치도록 좋았지 달콤함에 중독된 병신 그래 병신 놓치기 싫어 쌍마의 손길을 Too bad But it's the sweet It's the sweet It's the sweet Too bad But it's the sweet It's the sweet, it's the sweet, too bad. But it's the sweet, it's the sweet, it's the sweet, too bad. But it's the sweet, it's the sweet, it's the sweet. It's too evil. It's too evil. Yeah, it's so evil.
All right, cool. That was Boy Meets Evil from J-Hope. If you're just joining us. Very nice.
What do you think?
What are
Brandon,
my
your
thoughts?
intro to J-Hope.
Man knows how to dance, I'll tell you what. I was very surprised at how limber he was, especially that one shot where you see his leg like fucking dude that. I was like, bruh. I feel like I was looking at him and I started to get leg pain. Like I was just like, oh damn, my hip. Oh shit. You know, I didn't even do anything. I know I haven't seen anything yet. I imagine it gets more chaotic, but I will say his obviously focal point is not the leg pain. I'll be fine. I'll survive. But I thought it was so interesting. His like the way that he raps is so also unique. and I would argue all of them have their individuality and that sort of styling, but I like that he's like a little bit more aggressive in some parts and then like pulls back. Like, he's got this cool kind of like ebb and flow to his like styling. And, you know, obviously we just listened to RM, so it's like kind of listening to his stuff and then obviously getting into J-Hope. It's like the juxtaposition between how they rap is so unique. And I imagine once we get into Suga, I'm going to have, you know, even more of a complexity to go through. But I love his tonality. He's got, like, again, that really kind of punchy sort of vocal styling that I think really delivers in a song like this, especially, like, with, like, hard EDM and stuff. I think it really delivers on that. And then, obviously, seeing him, like, do all of these, like, flips and, like, jumps and spins and, like, all this other crazy shit that I know that I can't do, I was, like, thoroughly impressed. I think he is, like, an extremely talented member of BTS, certainly, and I would hope he would get, no pun intended, I would hope he get his flowers, because he definitely deserves it, because that was crazy. That was awesome.
You mean you hope that he'd rise to be like part of the #1 group in the world and get
I mean, listen, all right, I don't need you.
And
I hope
he
he-
at an
I-
end of the year award show.
all right,
and
Therese.
headlines Lollapalooza and
I'm with Brandon. I wish him success.
All right, guys. All right, the meme on me. All right,
yeah, we're gonna tease you a little bit just because
fucking kick me while I'm down. Jesus Christ.
You're so new. You're so new.
I am so new. Jesus Christ, man. I said so many nice things about him.
I know. I love it. Keep going. Keep going.
I mean, he's J-Hope. Cool name.
Okay. Yep.
He's got a cool name.
Cool name, you know. He's Korean. It's kind of nice, you know.
That's cool.
That's cool. Gives me, 2 thumbs up for that, you know. NPC move, you know.
Oh God.
I can't. Sorry, if you watched our chaotic stream, you knew what that meant. But anyway, no, this was great. He was very awesome. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it at that before you guys continue to roast me about fucking
keep going,
jail.
keep going, keep
No,
going.
I'm done.
What do you
I'm
think
done.
about the song? How did you like the song?
Song was good. I think the energy was interesting. Like, just again going from RM's previous song Lost. Like, what a contrast. What, like, again, wildly different. I'm curious to see if he continues on with like that hard EDM style with his like solo type stuff, you know. Like, I'm curious if he evolves and changes, because where is this placed at in terms of like
This is
timeline?
early.
This is early.
This is
Okay,
This is
2014. Oh, wait,
So this is-
sorry.
so this is like 20. This is like chapter 1 still potentially,
Chapter
correct?
1,
Yeah.
sure.
Okay. So
16, 2016. My bad.
I'm curious to see where he's gonna change, because I would imagine he'd go a little bit crazier, you know, potentially.
So excited.
My guess.
All right. We'll let you stop there.
Thank you. Oh, okay. Thank you. I'm glad I can shut up on my own channel. I rest my
Curious
case.
at how much. Well, I was curious how much you would keep going.
No, that was it. You guys beat me down, so I had to say a few extra, words, and then, then make sure my flag's still standing up before you kick it down again.
Fair.
Also repping the Mang shirt.
Ayo.
I'll explain all that to Brandon later.
Okay.
I like this song. I think it is obvious. Like, someone mentioned, it's an intro song. It's very short. It's like clearly more of a performance song or a performance video. So I think those are important things to consider. That being said, it's so entertaining to watch him dance. Like, he's just like, it makes sense. Like, he's a dancer. He's got it figured out. When you say they saw him
Wait, he's got
dancing
it
for
figured
3
out?
hours.
That's crazy. Oh my
Saw him
god.
dancing for 3 hours in the training room.
This is news
makes
to me.
sense. Look at him dance. Everything's news to you, Brandon. You don't know anything about them.
Why? Okay, I just want to say, why is everyone coming out of the woodworks to just take a fucking shit on me today? Holy fuck! Oh my god!
I'm trying to talk.
All right, fine. I'll here. Wait.
You gotta take a little bit of teasing. That's what you get for
Yeah.
us gatekeeping BTS from you.
Okay. I think that watching him dance is very fun. I also had I think I pulled a hamstring watching him do like that back somersault kind of thing where he like bent his leg.
Oh.
I was like, that's a little crazy. I know he can dance really well. I think watching these performance videos, it gives you like a better grasp on like how well. Because I usually don't watch stuff like this too often. Like the stuff of BTS that I've watched video wise, it's more so like story based videos or like group videos where maybe it's just not enough of a highlight or enough of a focus on his actual technical dance skills. So seeing a video like this or seeing the video like the chicken noodle soup video I talked about already, I think is really cool to kind of appreciate the technical skill rather than like, the kind of just the sprinkled in stuff you get otherwise. His rap style is really interesting. I think it reflects his personality really well. It's like really like loud and he does a lot of emphasis on a lot of words, and a lot of words are like dragged out more, or like some are seems like he's yelling. He does a lot of dragging and playing with like word length almost in his verses, whereas like RM in comparison seems to do it more in like a normal speaking way. Like he doesn't really change the inflection of words too much. But the way that J-Hope does, it seems like it's very like he's very flexible with his enunciation, I think, which is very unique to him. And I think, I don't know, he's a funny guy. He's got a pretty, from what I've seen at least, which isn't too much, got a very like chaotic and like Therese mentioned, like smiley, very happy personality. I think that kind of all comes through with the way that he raps. So
big agree on all your points. I like how you were explaining his rap style. I think that's a good way to kind of parse through it, because he is one of the least experienced rappers in the rap team. And I think if we were native Korean speakers, we might not consider the rap to be as good as we do not knowing how to speak Korean, if that makes sense. So like, usually when you draw out certain words, where you emphasize certain words in English, it doesn't sound as good or as like palatable in rap. But the fact that he's doing it in Korean, it kind of matches more of the tonality that English uses. So it's easier for us to listen to. And I think that's a big reason why they have such a large international fan base. It's because some of their wording, some of the way that they rap, it's palatable across multiple languages, not just Korean speakers. So very cool. This is definitely one of the darker songs he's done. Most of his songs are going to be like the one coming up next, or his style, I guess. But I do hold a pretty deep place in my heart for this particular comeback trailer, because it's not a music video. This was just a trailer to their album, but they gave him the floor because he owns it. So good idea. Good idea on their part. I really love the dance that's incorporated in here. It's very heavy, even though he's a pretty skinny guy. I think he takes up so much space with his performance, with his stage presence. It's all stage presence. And so many people have said, like, you go into a BTS concert with so-and-so bias and you leave a J-Hope bias, because it's just that big. And that's why he's my bias wrecker. So as of now, I mean, everyone's been my bias at some point in time, but for chapter 2, it's been consistently biased wrecked by J-Hope, and I've really loved his albums and stuff that's come out. Yeah, I love the song. I think it's heavy. I think it's deep into the temptation of this era, and a very good intro to start off strong with. A very good album.
Agreed. And chat, as well as YouTube comments, let me know who you think my bias will be by the end of this. I'm curious. I know Therese already has an idea, and I'm sure Alex does, so I'm curious to know what you guys think.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's
Oh.
how...
Okay. All right. Anyway, let's
Next one.
let's keep
Getting
it.
into chapter. Oh, this actually isn't chapter 2. This is still chapter 1. J-Hope was one of the few that started his own chapter 2 activities during chapter. I don't know how else to explain it. He came out with a mixtape, same like RM, but
Okay.
it's under his name. On Spotify.
Everyone's saying out of all 7 members or just the 3. I guess just the 3 for tonight, but as well as all 7, obviously by the end of this. University said whoever's the main rapper. Yeah, you wouldn't be wrong there. And then Gunky saying Suga. So we'll find out. Let's get into J-Hope's Daydream though. Next.
내 성격은 half and half no 공인으로서의 노력하는 life no 큰 욕구는 자제하는 중후 no 늘 공상에 차오르는 숨후 no 편히 울고 싶은 그 I know 미친 듯 놀고 싶은 그 I know 사랑해서 내고 싶은 그 I know yeah I know I know I know Cause me 나 물고기처럼 걸려봤겠지 상대 갈증으로 인한 욕망이란 그물들 yeah 보편적인 심리적 도피나라고 헤쳐나갈 수는 없는 법 yeah 나 현실 거부부만 부적은 그 어떤 것들도 아냐 love my room 한 번쯤 다른 나의 dream 그래 보고 싶은 거야 도화지 dream Slap 적기적 경계선을 넘어 느껴보는 거야
Okay.
앨리스가 빠진 구멍처럼 오고 바트게 하는 것처럼 신기루의 세계일 거야 그리고 내 세상일 거야 상상 그대로일 거야 번 영원하진 않을 거야 We're gonna start We're gonna start 해가 있다면 굴고 싶다고 We're gonna start We're gonna start 달빛이 있다면 변하기 싫다고 나의 daydream Oh daydream Oh daydream Ooh daydream Hey yeah. So why I get drunk 미칠 때까지 So why I go wild 별 생각 없이 젊음을 느껴보자고 Yo wild and free Wild and free 나도 한번 해보자고 눈치 따윈 안 보는 girl all day 내 감정을 내 맘대로 해 all day 맘에든 돌격하는 사랑꾼 all day 공식 없이 욕구를 풀어대 all day 성격을 무시해 all day 부끄럼 없이 울고 싶다고 all day Friendless 그 연습이 행동 걱정 없이 That's like 적기적 경계선을 넘어 느껴보는 거야 앨리스가 빠진 구멍처럼 오고 바트게 하는 것처럼 신기루의 세계일 거야 그리고 내 세상일 거야 상상 그대로일 거야 번 영원하진 않을 거야 We're gonna start We're gonna start 해가 있다면 꿈을 꾸고 싶다고 We're gonna start We're gonna start 달빛이 있다면 변하기 싫다고 나의 daydream Oh daydream Oh daydream Ooh daydream Hey yeah Yeah 내가 왜 꿈을 꾸냐 돼 묻는다면 배부른 소리 할 거야 Yeah 잠시 내려놓고 난 메커니즘에 맞게 stay 쉬는 거라 할 거야 Yeah What's this 공상 속 답은 모두 나의 연습 Like this 모두 나의 바다치와 나의 fantasy If I want something If I want something now If I want something If I want something now That's a daydream Daydream That's a daydream Daydream
It's giving me PTSD about waking up now. So anyway, that was Daydream from J-Hope.
I think
You're
I
just
said
joining us.
that we would be listening to Hope World, which is this album's name. It's also a song on the album, but you guys knew what I meant, right? We're listening to Daydream off of Hope World. Okay.
Oh my god. All right. I guess I'll start. This is great. This is well up my wheelhouse. This is like, you know, if we had check boxes, this is checking off all the boxes for me. Chorus, super catchy. I like his like vocal tone. I was surprised he kind of does this like and Alex mentioned it in the previous track, just the way he kind of extends words, and I felt like in the chorus of the song he's like extending Daydream in a nice way, but like his raps almost feel vocal in some ways, weirdly enough. Like it's like he's almost singing it weirdly, which I liked, and you could hear that more clearly, I think, in the bridge section where there's like some cool like guitar work, and I think it becomes a little bit more jazzier, which I like. But his rap tone was super fluid throughout. Verses were really clean. But I think this is like super, super, super catchy. I really enjoy his tonality. I also like that he again kind of like ramps up his speed in terms of like doing some like, you know, faster rap parts and then kind of slowing it down and allowing the song to kind of like sit out and like marinate a little bit more. So I think he's got a really great structure and flow to the way that he raps in this song. So yeah, this one's probably my top favorite J-Hope song. I'm sure we're going to be, obviously we're going to listen to another one, but I would say this one's definitely amongst ones that I'll be going back and listening to a ton. So
I am so glad that you guys are feeling the J-Hope love, because absolute goated member. This is like one of my favorite albums. I can't say that. They're all my favorite.
I was gonna say,
but I do come back to this one a lot, and it's been out for how long?
This one came out 6 years ago, on my birthday. Nice.
On your birthday.
Yeah, 2018, baby. March 1st. Let's go.
Well, if you weren't listening to this album, I don't know what you were doing.
I was not.
What a perfect birthday album. What a perfect birthday.
I know. I'm going to have to listen to it on my birthday now, next year.
Yeah, you are. I really like this this vibe, and I was definitely in the camp that like, oh man, I hope he does more of this and all of this and nothing but funk for J-Hope. But obviously he's going to want to do other stuff, as we'll see in the next song. I think this is like peak J-Hope time. You'll hear it in like Chicken Noodle Soup. You'll hear it in all the other songs on this mixtape. It's like good. And Ego. Oh, Ego's so good.
Ooh.
I just love the funk that he puts into it. All the instrumentation that he uses. Because I'm seeing him and P-Dog in the composer list, written by J-Hope and P-Dog. On the previous track as well. It was written by J-Hope, P-Dog, and RM. So
oh, nice.
I love these like the what do we call it? The A-team efforts of BTS. Anytime it's like the members and then the composers, producers.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love everything about this. The colors. It's a very happy music video. It's a pretty upsetting song if you think about it, where it's like he's escapism. He's just trying to escape all the time because of the stress of what he has to do.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Makes sense.
But he's very good at making horrible, like he would be great for singograms or those kinds of things where it's like horrible news delivered in a very happy way. I think he'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Please
he
hire
can
him
he
for
can do
any
that,
kind of
yeah.
bad news you gotta give me.
Please, yeah, I'll gladly take that.
I'm also a huge fan of space noises, of which are used in this in this song quite a bit. And I love that he layers the whisper rapping into his vocals or into his top line rapping, because it like adds that extra layer of etherealness or like we're in the daydream. He's whispering to us, so we're asleep. And yeah, just generally great production value. Great. He's also one of my favorite rappers singing voices.
Yeah,
Like
he's got a
they all
great tone.
sing at different points, but I love J-Hope's voice. A good singing voice.
Agreed. With that little ad lib at the end. Oh man, he was crushing it. Yeah, agreed. Alex, your takes?
Yeah, I liked it. I don't think I've heard it before. Definitely has like a funk, like happy kind of funk vibe to it. Video is very colorful. It feels very representative of J-Hope. Is there choreo to this? Like official choreo? Or
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
like for the most part, I think the video was showing more of like I don't know, like vibing, hanging out.
Yeah,
Right.
music video shots. Yeah.
No, I guess not.
Oh,
'Cause he
interesting.
didn't promote it. It was just a mixtape.
Okay,
True.
fair, sure. Yeah, it doesn't matter either way. I thought it was fun. I thought it was a good vibe. I definitely got the part of the message, I think, of like you're explaining. It was a little bit like a sadder song. It picked up on the line where it's like, yeah, just drink, get really drunk, and don't think about work. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. I feel you. Sometimes it's tough. I like that I feel like we got the J-Hope buffet here.
Yeah.
We got like good rap, we got like normal J-Hope rap, and then you got like the whispering. You also got the singing.
Yeah.
It's nice to like get all of that in one package. I feel like I'm not used to that from him, but I don't know all of his music, but that feels unique. And overall, I thought it was pretty fun. I thought it was a fun package. It's definitely a much different vibe from the song we listened to previously. So cool to see kind of like the different juxtapositions of what he is, I guess, trying to show of himself.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very cool. Therese, did this rap line, did they all do a mixtape? Like, did every...
Yeah.
Okay. I was just curious. Because
One amazing thing about BTS is... Oh, yeah, and I should also preface this for part 2 on Wednesday. I'm only covering their official releases. Outside of Daydream, I guess, but I consider Daydream an official release. Because they release free music so often. We're getting another song from Jungkook this month. It'll be after we already dive into Jungkook, so it won't be covered by us. But it's a fan song. I'll check it out. Brandon will probably check it out if I scream loud.
I'll do a video for it. Yeah.
But, yeah, they just constantly give us free music. And it took a really long time to get it on Spotify. So, like, I really wanted to do Dang for the Rap Unit song today, but I figured I should touch on the actual discography on Spotify because that's just a SoundCloud song. So if you get addicted to it, you gotta stream it on SoundCloud, and that's really hard. Speaking from experience. Like, man, I love this song. Oh, I wish I didn't have to open SoundCloud every time I had to listen to it.
Therese is not giving a good pitch to SoundCloud. If you are a SoundCloud fan, you are taking L's right now.
I'm glad it exists because I have all these songs that I can listen to, but they
That's
only
fair.
just started uploading those songs to Spotify.
That's where I used to upload my shitty guitar covers to SoundCloud. So, yeah, I know a thing or two about that. But yeah, very cool. This one was very unique. I think what I've noticed so far going through RM and J-Hope, it's it's been fucking crazy to see just like how talented they are. And we're only 2 members in. Like I'm gonna be on be on my bed like having a fucking panic attack, being like, So much talent. Crazy.
Wait until you see the flying member.
Oh. All right. All right. Well.
Teaser to Wednesday.
Teaser. Oh. Okay. Let's rock. All right. Well, the next J-Hope song we're doing is More. So let's keep it rocking.
Yeah.
Maybe someday, Youthful.
Yeah, I'm Thursday. 필요하게 to be surfing.
Okay.
나무만 나무 고기. Suck out the music. 이니 미니 마니 모. 춤추는 아기 flow. Keep my passion, I gotta go. I'm still 99. 쉐벨런 저도 각종 내 형광 밑줄은 백범매미 학봉. 끝이 없는 학습 부딪히고 넘어지면 나오는 작품. 이 빛에서도 make it move, make it mine, make it right 또 누군가의 favorite sign. 그게 나의 손에 반, 삶의 이유, 삶의 나 원동력을 carry on. Bring it up. I'm doing it up.
What?
실세 없이 직행 Make my mix that fit bag 와도 get bang 뭐든 달게 먹는 kit겐 내겐 sweet tag 상호관계 점유 위계 기름 쥐패 줌에 drive 또난 비트 던져 주의해 난 부주의해 sweet bang 멋진 gripman check it so solid
This is cool. Yeah. That's cool.
살아 숨쉬는 것 같아. Bring it up. I'm doing it up. To surfing 나물만 나물 고기 Suck out the music 미니 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 모 춤추는 아기 flow Keep my passion I gotta go I'm still 99
Huh. Interesting. I was trying to get why he had it in a box, but either way.
Oh, the name of the album is Jack in the Box.
Ah.
He's in the box.
Okay, well, if you're just joining us, this was J-Hope More from our BTS month. Day 1, baby. Let's go. But chat was saying I was going to love this one. They know me well. 'Cause I do love it. Was very surprised. I like the just really interesting like low synth to start the song off with. It's like kind of like just like an ever present sound that shows up throughout the entirety of the song. And I was like, okay, I don't know how this is gonna go, but I'm curious to, I'm gonna let J-Hope cook. I want to see where he's doing. And then I saw a comment saying emo J-Hope, and I was like, okay, picking up some more cues here. All right, chat spoiling me a little bit.
Yeah, don't spoil it.
And I was like, okay, what are they gonna give me? They're gonna give I was like, J-Hope looks like he's got the guy liner on, he's got all the black, he's got the all black fit, true emo status. And I was like, okay. And then I liked when the guitars came in. I thought the whole like band segment was really interesting. The way that they stylized his vocals in that part was really unique. I don't know if whether or not I don't think he was actually screaming, but I think vocally they had like some distortion processing on his vocals. But I thought it was really unique, and I liked it. It was a cool juxtaposition to like his like more low key, more like mellow vocal style in the verses comparatively to like the choruses. So I thought that was a nice juxtaposition of that. But it was a unique blend of like his hip hop elements, but also like his foray into like a little bit of rock music. So I was pretty surprised. It has like a grungy feel to it, certainly. But yeah, overall, I thought this was a very unique track that I think combined a lot of unique elements that I would only expect J-Hope to put in a song. So I thought it was interesting. I'm curious to see what the rest of the songs on this album go into, but I was very shocked that this one was like amongst the list. But I think that if anything, it just shows off how versatile he is as an artist. So good 2 thumbs up. Enjoyed this. This is great.
I think this is a very hungry song.
I get it.
Therese, I think, gets it. Yeah. Like the vibe of the song is he's hungry.
Oh yeah. I could tell. I read some of the
he
lyrics.
keeps he keeps saying I'm thirsty, but he's hungry.
He's hungry. Yeah, he
He needs to drink more water. That's what he needs.
Yeah. Now there was the one line that I liked a lot where he said, I'm trying to quote it from my brain, but he was like, my fans, my work makes me breathe, so I want more, or something like that.
Yeah.
Or my fans make me breathe, so I want more, or something like that. I was like, okay, I get what I get what we're doing here. That's cool. I really liked, obviously, like Brandon talked about it, the implementation of the kind of like that punchy, hard hitting guitar, like whole band chorus. It kind of comes out of nowhere, and it's just him you kind of just shouting over it, it's like it's definitely a complete different energy shift, and it works very well. I like it overall. I think this is a solid, because this is pretty recent, right? This is like 2022.
Yeah.
Yes,
Right.
actually, yep, 2022, correct.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty good representation from the little I know to like where he is at musically, because he's put out more stuff since, right? Or was the collab with?
Oh yeah,
he put out stuff since this, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if it's been like promoted because he's been in the military, but he's been out. He's done a bunch of stuff.
Okay. I guess what I'm trying to say is this just feels like very mature for him, and feels like a good spot for him to be at. So I like it very much. It's good peak J-Hope for me.
Oh,
Therese?
so good. I get it. It's a hungry song. It kind of makes you hungry when you listen to it too. It's like, yeah, I want more. I don't know what I want more of, but I want it.
I'm gonna get it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they did a very good job on the soundscape for this. It's gritty. It's exactly what J-Hope was going for. It's like not polished. It's all the antonyms for clean. That's what this song is. My favorite line was when he was like walking down the hallways, like kick snare, and hear that hit that some of the mixtape feedback. That Kit Kat is so good.
Bars.
I'm not doing it
Bars.
justice, obviously.
Wait, are we listening to J-Hope right now? Holy shit! Oh my god.
Also, when I was going through the music video, I was like, whoa, what's this most replayed segment? There was a V cameo that everyone's getting up to. It's at like 2:14 or something. He's one of the office workers, and you can't see his face at all. He's just standing there in the vest and the gray shirt.
This guy?
Yep, that's him. That's one of the members of BTS.
Whoa!
And they'll do that a lot. You'll see
Spotted.
that in the Agust D music videos too.
Yeah.
They'll have cameos.
I can't believe he had to get an office job.
Yeah.
uh,
Man
But-
wanted more.
I think having this like rage session in the office setting, it gave me Agretzko vibes, which J-Hope also
Yes.
gives me Agretzko vibes.
I agree. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
It is in fact V. There's a behind that proves it. I don't think anyone recognized him when it dropped, but fun little fact.
A
They're so cool.
Easter egg. I love it. Yeah, I feel like J-Hope is the type of person that will pull up to like a karaoke bar and do like heavy
Yeah.
metal songs, you know?
Did he perform this at the Lollapalooza set?
Oh
Yeah, I think I remember. I think I remember that.
Oh,
I watched that. It was very good.
I was there. It was
Ah.
amazing.
I was there
Flex.
via
In spirit.
streaming.
Yeah.
Teresa was like,
I've
I
been
was
going
actually
to-
there.
Yeah, well, you know.
You know, I'm just trying to one up you, you know. I'm kind of cool.
Whatever.
That's cool though. Yeah. Is it? I guess Therese, it is common for them to like cameo in other members' music videos.
Yeah, they've done it.
Nice.
They
Cool.
do it.
They
They
do.
support each other. They're like, oh, you're filming this day? Let me go heckle you.
me
and
pull
then
up,
they'll
yeah.
go
Yeah,
up
I'm
and
free. I'll hang
heckle
out.
you.
Yeah, I'm free. I'm just in the biggest boy group in the world, you know. But I got time. I got time to
Let me
kill.
just go make $200,000 by cameoing in my friend's music. I don't know if he gets paid. They should pay him. They cameo in each other's music videos.
Yeah, I don't think they're worried about that, honestly.
Look, he's like literally just in his slippers, like barefaced, probably. Like he just literally showed up.
Oh my god. Oh, that's so cool.
Well, I'm glad we checked out definitely some good songs. I'm happy 2 of them I didn't really know. That's cool because I some other ones I think I don't know what the plan is for down the line. If we're gonna get back to any other solo things, but I was really big into the J-Hope J. Cole collab. Very good.
Ooh.
I think that's worth maybe on like a
Maybe we
variety
can-
night or something.
Oh yeah.
Worth a listen. I think it's
I
got like a
agree.
huge J. Cole feature, so I think
It's
maybe
like
it
mostly
isn't.
a J. Cole
Yeah,
song.
it might not be appropriate for like the video showing off J Hope, but that's my personal little J Hope shout out. That was such a good collab.
Oh, I didn't know that V was also in Daydream as a J-Hope sleeping that's woken up. That's cute.
Yeah, very cool. All right, cool. We'll keep this
Oh, I
train
like Crush's song.
keep a train a moving along here. I switched over.
Oh
to the
yeah,
wrong screen.
let me do my intro to Suga,
Surely there's
Suga.
another rapper.
aka your favorite member, everyone's
Oh.
favorite member, but particularly yours. I think you're gonna like him.
Okay.
You can't. Don't speak for me.
Not you. I'm not speaking for you, but Brandon.
Of course, you're speaking for me.
Also me. Also me. Suga was that
Ooh.
member that like I always recognize. I'm like, I love Suga. I love what he does. But it wasn't until I saw his solo concert that I'm like, has Suga been my favorite member this whole time? He is just that convincing.
He's like a
Um,
Scooby-Doo mask pull off. You're like,
yeah.
oh, Suga.
He's been my favorite member because
It's been
Okay.
Sugar the whole time.
Yeah.
I've talked about how they write their own music, of course. They do their own lyrics. They do a lot of compositions. Suga was the original writing all of BTS music producer dude. And the way that they got Suga to join Big Hit was because Big Hit already had RM. They didn't have J-Hope yet, but they had RM. They had another like pretty big trainee that they were training. And they already had songs out by those trainees. So they were like, all right, we're going to open up open call. Anyone who wants to write remix to these songs, like put their own verses on the track, come join us and submit online, blah blah blah.
Hmm.
Suga won first place in the online voting because and at the time his name was Gloss, I think was his stage name. His real name is Min Yoongi, and he basically drops a sick verse, and everyone's like, "We like this kid." He then had to go up against one of the rappers, like all the people that won online. They had to do rap battles with the trainees, and he got second overall, I think. So he was already doing really well for himself. He was already producing his own music before he joined the company. And the company recognized that. So they were like, we got to get him on as a trainee. And they did. And he's probably created about 70% of your favorite BTS songs. Like, dude is out of control. He writes songs like no tomorrow. I mean, you've come across them in your general listening experience. He's written them for Max. He's written them for Psy. He's written them for IU. He has so many songs. And he just can't stop writing them, which is excellent for us because they're all pretty darn great. But yeah. Anyway, I feel like I hit all of his major points. He's an incredible dude. And my favorite thing is on the same album that the Wings album where we just listened to Boy Meets Evil. That was when they started dropping all the solo tracks from all the members, and Suga's solo track was called First Love, and he's like, guys, I'm gonna sing about my first love, and everyone's like, oh my gosh. And the very first line is my first love was a piano. And then it's all about how much he loves the piano. And
Aww.
It's a sick song. I highly recommend it. I didn't add it on here.
Aw.
I added one that's a little more, what's the word? Fan-favorited.
Fan-favorited songs, yeah.
I think one of his
Yeah,
favorites. He had
ones
it
that
in
you can't
his
skip.
Scores. So, yeah.
Can
10 out of 10.
do you want to, or can you explain the whole like Suga Agust D
Oh, yeah.
thing?
So Suga started as Suga in BTS. Suga actually means, it's like short for shooting guard because he used to play basketball. And when he wanted to make his own stuff, he wanted to go under a different name that wasn't BTS related.
Sure.
So he went with Agust D, which is August is Suga backwards, and then TD backwards. DT is Daegu Town, which is where he's from. So it's just a little homage. But that's a completely different persona that wasn't always attached to BTS. I don't know if that was the case in the past two albums, if he was trying to separate them as much, but it was two different personas, essentially. So the first one we're going to listen to is his BTS Suga's persona, and the next one is Agust D. The next three, it's a trilogy that has to go together.
Okay, respect. All right, cool. All right, well, this is our foray into Suga, so let's keep it rocking.
Yeah.
앞만 보고 달렸지 주위를 둘러볼 틈 없이 어느새 나는 가족의 자랑이 됐고 어느 정도 성공을 했어 사춘기란 말하는 그중 생각이 나는 문득 그 당시 나는 어렵고 무서울 게 없었지 몇 번을 좌절 그건 아무것도 아니야 달라진 거라곤 그때에 비해 조금 커진 키와 동나이 때에 비해 조금 성숙해진 시야 남산동의 지하 작업실에서부터 아구전까지 깔아놓은 내 비청춘의 출처 주위 모두 말했지 오버하지마 음악한 값이고 값이면 집안 거덜내니까 그때부터 신경 안 썼지 누가 뭐라던지 그저 내 꼴린 대로 내 소신대로 살아갈 뿐 네가 보기엔 지금 난 어떨 것 같냐 내가 보기엔 어떨 것 같아 내가 망하길 기도했던 몇몇 놈에게 물을 깨지 방걸어낸 것 같네 새끼야 I don't give a shit, I don't give a fuck 하루 수백 번이 버릇처럼 말했던 내게서 신경 꺼 실패나 좌절 나보고 고개 숙여도 돼 우리는 아직 점거 어려 걱정 부드럽네 구르지 않은 도래는 픽시키기 마련이거든 돌아갈 수 없다면 직진 실수 따위 모두 다 이겨 Never mind 쉽진 않지만 가슴에 새겨놔 부딪힐 것 같으면 더 세게 밟아놔 Come on Never mind, never mind 그 어떤 가시밭길이라도 뛰어가 Never mind, never mind 세상에 네게 어쩔 수 없는 일 좀 많아 You better Never mind, never mind 부딪힐 것 같으면 더 세게 밟아 임마 Never mind, never mind 포기하기에는 우린 아직 젊고 어려 임마 Never mind 부딪힐 것 같으면 더 세게 밟아 임마 부딪힐 것 같으면 더 세게 밟아 임마 Never mind
All right, cool. That was Nevermind from Suga. For joining us tonight. Thank you.
BTS.
BTS.
We had a little RM verse in there.
I was gonna say before somebody confirmed in chat, Youthful confirmed in chat. I was like, I definitely just heard RM. There on that one part.
RM
But,
confirmed.
all right, that's cool.
Oh, look, a cameo, guys. RM cameo.
Yeah,
No,
huge.
Suga. No, I'm just kidding.
It's huge for
This
him.
is a BTS
I knew
song.
it.
This is a BTS song. It just happens to have 2 members in.
So what is this song? What is this from, or like what is it?
I want to make sure I get the album right.
Like it's an
This
intro
was-
to an album.
Yes, similar to
Okay.
Boy Meets Evil. This was
Gotcha.
the intro into The Most Beautiful Moment in Life Part 2. So,
Okay.
pretty early, the 2015.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yes, this is pretty fun. It definitely is like pretty anthemic, kind of like a hype song, you know. It's got like those big I don't know how to describe it properly. It's got like those big horns kind of going on that make it feel like a stadium song. Which I'm not sure if anyone understands the vibe I'm trying to get at, but it's pretty fun. I have not heard it before, and it's definitely I feel like I want to hear I have to listen to it again because I wasn't expecting it to be so short. I didn't really realize it was like an intro, kind of like shorter track. It's not what I'm used to for his style of rapping because I don't want to really spoil anything, but I know that he raps a certain way typically very well, and without like getting into spoiler territory, I feel like this is different for him from what I'm used to, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't think I have much else to say about it. I think it, as an intro hype track kind of thing, I think it stands pretty well, does its job.
All right, cool. I guess I'll go next. I thought this one was interesting. I do agree with Alex. It does have a very anthemic sort of feel to it. I thought Suga's tone was very unique as well too. So I'm curious to see, like, in terms of again vocal styling and his growth as an artist, very similarly to the other members we've talked about tonight. I'm curious how not only do they work individually as a group, but kind of as a collective as well too, just to see how well their flows match up and stuff. And obviously we'll be getting into that momentarily, but yeah, I thought this was a nice intro. I'm curious to see what the next one will bring. But yeah, I think there is definitely some, like, he definitely knows what he's doing. I think in terms of styling, I would assume he also produced this. Is that correct, Therese?
This was a Suga and Slow Rabbit collab.
Cool.
So we talked about Slow Rabbit in
We
our
have.
TXT deep dive, and this is one of my favorite BTS songs. So
Yeah, I thought it was unique. I like the like choral sort of aspect to it. I also love that I love when strings are always included in music. I think that's always fun and adds that like layer of depth, and I think it also drives this sort of emotion of this song as well too. So yeah, overall I thought this was very unique. I'm curious again to see what's cooking next. So but yeah, this was nice intro.
This is one of those songs that's not like, it's not widely known, and I don't think it's meant to be. It's just, it is what it's meant to be. It's meant to be an intro. It's meant to hype you up. And I think it also showcases some of the older sounds of BTS, because they started in this realm. They started with this kind of production style with like very heavy rapping that was almost too aggressive, but got the point across. And this is the perfect song for that, because it's literally like, stop caring what other people think, stop comparing yourself to others, just like never mind, let's keep going. We got to move forward, we got to keep moving forward. And he's become that driving force in the group that's like, leave it behind, we just got to move forward. Like, don't look at the past, look towards the future. And a lot of people kind of say that he's like the prophet of the group, because there's been so many times he's like, yeah, well, I think we could win a music show, and then they win a music show. Oh yeah, I think we could get the best award, and then they win the best award. So he's very much like one of the, I wouldn't say softer spoken, but he's the serious guy that when he says something, he means it. So anytime you hear him rapping, it's like it holds a lot of weight. This is a really good production of a song, because it incorporates, this is what the studio version sounds like. They have the cheering, and then they have him opening up with the coughing in his mic. And as soon as, like, when I was watching the concert with my friend in the theater, as soon as I heard the coughing, I freaked out. I was like, and she's like, what just happened? I'm like, it's the song. You don't know the coughing song? And she didn't know it apparently, but I was
now you
like,
can show her this
it's
video.
been running in my head, running in my head constantly. But this was a huge, like, it's just a huge sound for them to keep doing. I love it. Every time he adds a little bit of orchestra or piano, or like all of the bigger instruments, I get really excited. So
yeah. I also like Youthful's comment. They said that this album and era was more about teenage youth and dealt with topics like mental health, depression. Like, I think
we'll get
there's
into that. We'll get into that.
I know. But
we'll do all of the eras in order.
I think it's cool that, I think it's interesting and unique, obviously, that, you know, when you have a platform like that, that you can utilize it for that type of, like, you know, like making somebody aware that, you know, even the most popular boy group in the world will deal with the same sort of issues that us common folk deal with, you know? Because I think you put them on a pedestal in some way, and it's interesting to just see that that's like something they also write about. So very nice.
They're just very relatable guys that happen to be idols, is what sets them apart, I think. So it's good. Very short dive into BTS Suga. Now we're gonna get into Agust D. I want to ask chat, please don't spoil anything, because we're watching a trilogy set. This was Daechwita is the first one. That was like, it wasn't the first Agust D song, but it was the most viral one. And then I think a couple of years later, he came out with the next two, which are, the three of those music videos create a story about Suga. So try not to spoil, Brandon, what that story is or where it ends up going into AMYGDALA, and we'll let him form his own opinions.
Oh God, I got homework to do. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Very nice. All right, let's get into the first one.
Oh wait, the video.
Yes. Oh God.
Is it showing?
Sorry. Sorry, guys. I'm an
oh,
idiot.
we can't do this without saying it.
We can do the cutscene again. We're doing it. I was too in the mode. I was ready.
This is a good one. This is a heater.
It was almost really bad, Youthful. Therese crushed it.
Yeah.
All right.
출신의 영대 몸 그게 내가 곧 사는 법 위에 걱정은 말라고 나도 잃을 것만 타고 바꾼 뒤에가 누구 내게 챙겨다 잡수고 말하듯이 네가 계란이 범으로 태어났지 적어도 너처럼 약하진 않지 촉박되는 강제롱 잔치 속가 존나게 어이없지 싹 다 죽여 난 예의 없이 새끼 그래 너 예외 없이 플렉싱 난 없지 필요 다 없지 Who's the king, who's the boss 다 알잖아 내 이름 이만 산 새끼들 강장 놈의 목을 쳐 나를 타기엔 이 나라 아직 여전히 작아 누가 시간은 그 미래 내 시간은 더 비싼데 틱탁 빈 새끼들 명상의 아침을 꽉 뺏 꺾임 적이 없는 맥주 우리 박수여 비리며 퉁퉁퉁퉁퉁 참 감사해 내가 천재인 맥주 그런 이유로 약간 발단에 애잔하게 끝이 없는 재능이 없는 거지 뭐 원하는 건 모두 가졌지 이제는 물들 가져야만 만족이 될지 내가 원했던 너 담은 돈 담은 걸 이 다음은 도대체 뭐지 그 다음은 그래 뭘까 심히 느껴지는 현타 위가 없는 현상 위험보다 난 이젠 강하리 맘보다가 이대로 쫓아고파 I'm a king, I'm a boss 새겨놓아 내 이름 이만 산 새끼들 강장 놈의 줄 I'm a king, I'm a boss 다 알잖아 내 이름 이만 산 새끼들 강장 놈의 먹을 줄
Oh my god. Alright, cool. Holy shit. That went way hard. I love it. Alright, cool. That was
Do you need to
Suga.
recover?
A little. Yeah. If you want to give me a moment, I gotta collect my thoughts
Alex,
here.
go ahead. Alex, go ahead.
Oh God. So this is the first solo song I had ever heard from him.
Oh, from either Suga or Agust D?
Yes.
Ah. Okay.
I think so. I'm pretty sure. Because I had known him obviously as a rapper of BTS. But I think similarly to how I mentioned with J-Hope, you just don't sometimes you just don't get enough in the group to understand like their talent. You know what I mean? To like more of an extent. Obviously the solo is their opportunity to show that they can hold up on their own and they're, you know, capable of carrying songs and doing their own thing. And obviously him being such a strong producer, which I'm assuming he produced this
Yes.
as well. It is just such a strong showcase. I mean, the rap flow is really crazy. It's I think the video incorporation of like the video and the story, I think works really well because parts of the way that he's rapping in the song almost seem hysterical, which I think goes along with like sort of the, I don't really know the story personally, like how it, where it's going or what it's supposed to convey. I guess I'm seeing there are two Sugas here, obviously. It seems like there is like also duality in how the song is being rapped as well, and I don't know if that's intentional or not. I'm assuming it is. But you can clearly, I think, hear like differences between like which Suga is rapping which parts, which is cool.
Yeah.
I really liked the part where he was in that like circle surrounded by all the torches.
That was cool.
Does like the, I don't want to say lazy, but like the quiet, more like almost mumble rap flow. And then like has the blindfold on in the next shot and like keeps going. I thought that was really cool. I like the little cameos. I wouldn't have noticed them, but I had heard about them before. So the cameo, there's who is it? The cameos? It's V.
It's like Jin and Jungkook.
Oh,
and
okay.
they're like fighting.
Huh.
Yeah, they're basically the two of the people that he like runs into when he's walking through like the market kind of thing, and they just fight.
Really good.
Yeah, I remember someone pointing that out to me forever ago, and that's the only reason I would know that. But yeah, overall, I think this is just a really fun video. I mean, it's a great rap song. I mean, he's obviously super skilled, and I think it's just a good watch overall. Like the video is really, really well done.
All right, now it's my time to cook, I think.
Yeah.
Cook.
All right. So I will say, love the song. I think Suga, fantastic rapper. I will say if I had heard this on Spotify first and didn't watch the music video, like I wouldn't get the contextual things going on, like obviously with the MV, which I love. So I always, I always tell people go watch the MVs. If you're new like me, you watch the MVs. They're great. They're there for a reason. But I think the storyline in this was really cool, and just again how it was like carried out and how it was like shot. It was just like really beautiful. I also love they incorporated a lot more like traditional instruments, which is always a cool thing. To me, that's always like a nice homage to the heritage, So I definitely like that, and I think it works super well with. I would argue I don't think I've heard a song that I didn't like that incorporated traditional instruments yet. So I definitely appreciate that a lot. But man, Suga's got an insane kind of flow to the way he raps. Like it's really unique, and I was also going to point out what Alex said about like the duality of like how he raps, and in certain sets in the music video, you're like, am I getting like a completely different person doing this part? That's pretty impressive to me if you can do it in that way. And I think as an artist, if you're able to kind of like separate yourself in a unique way like that, is really awesome, and obviously shows off the amount of skill it takes to to be a performer in that way. But it's so cool, and I think obviously it just highlights his talent that much more so. and I loved him in the music video, just like the way that like they shot him, and obviously him being like more of the mob boss sort of thing at the top. Like, you know, it was cool. Yeah, this was great. I'm excited to get into more Agust D because I think he is very talented. So I'm not gonna pick my bias yet, but you know, he's up there.
He's
you know?
convincing.
He's very convincing. He's very convincing. Yeah, he is a king and a boss. So you know,
He
I mean,
is a
hey,
king
you know,
and a boss.
So
there were a lot of call outs in this music video. He called out their producer, Bang PD, the guy that made BTS. He had like a little drawing of him that looked like a giant, like 2 eyeballs and a giant nose.
yeah, I did see that.
Inside joke, fun time. I really like that the production style is done the same way the music video is done, where they mix the old with the new. So they have the classical Korean instruments mixed in a very like hip hop sort of way, and even the cuts are very modern, where at some point all of the instrumental will just cut out and then start back up again.
Yep.
Which, it's so good. It hits so much harder. And then seeing the visuals of like this guy driving his car around in the traditional village, while this king is like ruling over him.
Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. So yes, those were both Suga. I have had people get confused. They're both people played by Min Yoongi. The one with the scar is the king, and the one without the scar is himself. He's fighting with himself. I think everyone kind of
internal
got that
battle. Yeah,
if they knew that it was the same. But it's also like it's a song calling out the haters, but it's also calling out himself and kind of like you need to like get into it. It's the same thing I was talking about before. Like you gotta like strip away what people are saying about you and just move forward, just push past it. So he's got a theme for sure. But
yeah,
that's all I'll say until we get into the next couple music videos. So.
I mean, he seems like, I mean, I think as it was mentioned in chat, like he just seems like a hype man. You know, there's just something about it that I'm just like, man, I feel like he's gonna be like at me at the gym, being like, all right, man, come on, you can do one more. Stop being stop being a little baby. You can do another one. Come on.
Yeah.
You know, he's
Also,
like
Brandon's gonna be pumping at the gym. Like, I'm a king. I'm a boss. I'm a king.
Yeah.
For sure. Also, Alex, if this is the first Suga solo track you've heard, it would make sense why you thought the previous track was a different style, because I think he was rapping in a different style. This was like his new kind of iteration of his rapping.
Okay, that checks out then.
Yeah.
Yeah, this song will go on my gym K-pop hype playlist. So very excited.
Hell yeah.
Another hot one. Cool. All right, I think we're ready to cook on the next Agust D track. So I'm gonna switch it over so I don't look like an idiot like the last time. So here we go. Let's get into it. Oh, this is Haegeum. Sorry, I didn't say that.
Well, there's 7 of them. Not a cameo.
What does it mean?
Yeah,
what could it mean? Oh.
Numbers.
Ooh, thanks for the context. Shoot.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Shoot.
Okay. Yeah. 이 노래는 해금, yeah. 올라타봐 지금, yeah. 복작되는 리듬, 어쩌면 이 또한 또 다른 해금, yeah. 이 노래는 해금, yeah. 올라타봐 지금, yeah. 복작되는 리듬, 어쩌면 이 또한 또 다른 해금, yeah. 이 노래는 해금, yeah. 올라타봐 지금, yeah. 복작되는 리듬, 어쩌면 이 또한 또 다른 해금, yeah. 해석되는 자유 개소리는 out 표현들의 자유 어쩌면 누군가의 조금 살고 그동안 자유일런지 당신의 판단과 추측이 확실한 신념들이 있는지 당신의 자유와 타인의 자유가 동일하다 믿는지 그렇다면 주저 말고 올라타봐 금지된 것들로부터 해봐 각자의 취향조차 이해들을 못하는 불행한 이 시대를 살아가는 이들을 위한 이 노래는 금지된 것을 푸는 것뿐이지 허나 자유와 방종의 차이지만 부디 구분하길 이 노래는 해금 올라타봐 지금 복작되는 리듬 또 다른 해금 이 노래는 해금 올라타봐 지금 복작되는 리듬 어쩌면 이 또한 또 다른 해금 이 노래는 해금 올라타봐 지금 복작되는 리듬 어쩌면 이 또한 또 다른 해금 쏟아지는 정보들은 세상의 자유들을 금지시킨 가동시에 사상의 통일성을 원해 왜 내 머리 앞에 각종 노이즈는 눈을 가리고 이제는 생각에 좌우조차 범해 각종 논란들은 판단들의 혼란들을 야기시키고 또 쉴 틈 없이 생산되네 과연을 금지시킨 건 무엇일까 어쩌면 우리 자신 아닐까 자본의 노예 돈들의 노예 중고심과 편견 혐오의 노예 유튜브의 노예 플렉스의 노예 이기심과 탐욕이 미쳐나지내 눈 감으면 편해 모든 게 뻔해 이득에 따라서 뻔히 갈리는 견해 시기와 질투에 다들 말해 눈들이 먼해 서로가 서로에게 족쇄를 거는 것도 모른 채 정보의 쓰나미에서 쓸려 내려가지 말길 우린 자유와 방종의 차이지만 모두 구분하니 이 노래는 해금 올라타봐 지금 복작되는 리듬
That's so crazy.
No.
Oh.
또 다른 해금 이 노래는 해금
That's crazy.
복작되는 리듬 어쩌면 이 또한 또 다른 해금 이 노래는 해금 올라타봐 지금 복작되는 리듬 어쩌면 이 또한 또 다른 해금 이 노래는 해금 올라타봐 지금 복작되는 리듬 어쩌면 이 또한 또 다른 해금 이 노래는 해금 올라타봐 지금 복작되는 리듬 어쩌면 이 또한 또 다른 해금
Where does he keep getting these guns?
He's gotta have an inside man.
Was this like the Dark Knight inspired? Because I was gonna say that's a Dark Knight reference for sure.
Oh, maybe.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
또 다른 해금
Woo.
Oh,
All right.
Man.
That's another Agust D track. Let's go. All right. I guess I'll go first now.
Brandon. Yeah.
I just have 2 words. Goddamn. That man be cooking for real. Oh, this one was great. I mean, I'm starting to run out of fucking adjectives to talk about to talk about this talk about Suga. This one was definitely like I feel like the way that he goes about his instrumentation, there's just something about the way he drives the lyrics in certain spots and how it matches up well with like the production. There's just such a good like attention to detail when it comes to like his songwriting process, and I really love that a lot. I also thought his lyrical content was like really, really deep as well too, and I was really surprised at like how thoughtful he was with some of the writing. And I saw Euphil's comment about like being a slave to YouTube, and I was like, damn, that's crazy. That's a crazy comment
Guys,
to make.
I'm gonna get into it. Let me do it. Let me explain.
But I was like, yeah, I was, man, I'm so surprised. I'm not surprised. I'm so like elated to know that he is that much of a great talent, and he just continues to go. Like with each song, I'm just like, I think he's given us, all he can give. and then we'll get into the next one. I'm like, yeah, maybe, I don't think he'll give us more, right? He would never, right? And then I get more. So I'm only expecting this like end cap of this trilogy to just like I'm gonna fully just like close out Discord and be like, okay, guys, thanks. It's been a great ride. We've only done one stream, but hey, whatever. It's been great.
Well, next
That's
one
not
will be
actually what's
more-
gonna happen. I just want to preface
more in the
everyone.
field, but not wrong.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, Therese, without spoiling anything, if you can or cannot confirm, is this an entirely separate story?
No,
But okay,
it's a trilogy. They're meant to be watched.
I
in
understood.
order.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I didn't know if they were a trilogy in a sense of like it's the same story told three different ways, or
We
if it's
could say
actually
it's-
like an ongoing. Because I guess like the vibe that I got from it, and I'm like trying to pay attention, obviously, to like a lot of things at once, is that it is a retelling of the previous video, not directly a continuation.
So think of it more along the lines of like SpongeBob. Bunch of different episodes. They don't have to go in order. That's kind of what this is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they can act as standalone pieces.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh.
I think that's
They're all in the same universe.
about what I was thinking.
But you can tell that like the cut on the dude's eye, the anti shit.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
true,
There's
that's so
like a
true.
little
definitely
bit.
yes,
Yeah.
like slightly healed.
There's some references, yeah.
Well, I guess yeah.
It's all in the same universe, but it's up to your interpretation which order you want to place the event.
Huh. Okay. Interesting. I like that.
I'll have to do some reflecting after the next one.
Ponder.
Yeah.
As far as the song goes, I think this song for me feels a little bit less. Daechwita feels very like a flex kind of song.
Yeah.
I think that was even like part of the lyrical content where it was just like he was in Daechwita, he was doing like a lot of different rap flows and a lot of different things. This felt a little more straightforward, which is definitely not a bad thing. I think it actually makes the song feel a little more cohesive. But I thought it was pretty good. I had a little trouble trying to follow along, I'll be honest, like with the lyrics while I was trying to watch what was going on with the story and the music video. So I really don't know the lyrical content. So if anyone, Therese, if you know it or anyone else knows it, I'd like to kind of see what was going on here lyrically in comparison to the first part of the trilogy. But yeah, overall, it's like a song. It's another great song.
Yeah. All right. I think it's apparent. He was trying to go off of the same vibe that Daechwita gave, but in a different way. So that's definitely the follow-up musical to Daechwita is this. Lyrically, though, they're two different songs.
Agreed. Yeah.
The only difference, or the only similarity that we can link is the music video with the characters that they're using. So keep that in your back pocket. But lyrically, this is the song that's basically like, fuck capitalism. Because, these bars. This song is simply about freeing what's forbidden, but you must remember to differentiate freedom from self-indulgence. Which is just like, so heavy. Guys, we're free, but we're not really free. Guys. And then like in the actual music video content again, it shows him at the beginning like killing some dude with chopsticks. Unaliving. I don't know how to do the YouTube speak. And then later on, he has to use those same chopsticks to eat. So it's very much like you must unalive or be unalived. Is that the right way to say that? I don't. Gen Z
Tomato,
is coming
tomato.
out. but like you have to be able to use these things in the capitalistic way to get further, but at the same time, like, you're constrained by capitalism. It's deep. It's too much.
It's a social commentary, yeah.
Yeah, I really, really love Daechwita. I think musically, that's like a top tier song. I think Haegeum is still really good, but I really, really love the lyrics of it more so
Yeah.
than Daechwita. Which I didn't mention in the first video. Daechwita is a Korean word. It's kind of just like a war cry, I guess, or like a military sound off.
Huh.
Haegeum actually is a meaning. I think Youthful showed it. It's like either unlocking something, but it could also be what was the other definition?
I think it was
Anyway.
shoot.
I think
it was
Shoop mentioned that it was
Shoop, yeah.
also like a
Oh, shoot.
traditional violin-like instrument.
Yes, a
Yeah.
traditional instrument. So
stringed instrument. Yep.
like it could go a lot of different ways. I think there's a lot of interpretation that everyone can do.
Sure.
But being a slave to YouTube is an actual line, so that can't be up for interpretation.
Not as this video goes on to YouTube. That's crazy. Wow.
Whoopsies.
What a social commentary on this show.
Any of these songs are muted or cut, you know. This song is a hiccup.
They could never. They could never. They're gonna crush my speech. Anyway.
All right, guys. The last song, Amygdala. This was a B-side off of the same album that Haegeum was on.
Oh.
It was actually originally intended to be a BTS song that Suga was writing. And I forgot who said, like, you should do this for yourself. Like, you should release this for yourself. But he straight up talked about how when he was writing this song, he was, like, breaking down and crying. And he sometimes couldn't finish it because he was going through it. So, trigger warning, it is going to pop up like little "Are you okay with watching this?" tab. So, there's going to be some self-harm, but it's a very interesting story.
Damn. Also, Toledo, yes, I would like to add Mucho vinyl to my collection. So, if Suga does have his own, then let me know. Because I might have to buy it. So.
Oh my gosh, this comment from Tay by Tay. Someone said Namjoon analyzes the world, Yoongi criticizes the world, and Hosuk visualizes the world. Ooh. Wow.
Snaps,
World
bars. Bars,
All right.
bars. All right. Let's keep it going. Amygdala. Oh. Let me pray.
You gotta click pray.
Okay. Oh. God. The hell?
Do you have to like look it up on its own because it's restricted? I think you have to go into it on YouTube.
Okay. I'll come back to it, guys.
Doesn't work on a playlist.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, no player. I swear to God, it's
time to get in our feels, guys.
Oh my God. Now I gotta learn how to spell amygdala.
It's M-A-M-Y.
Oh God. Okay, you're good.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm gonna go down to this one and type down the not reaction video because.
Yep. Okay, there we go. Yep, that one. All right.
Is it gonna let me play it? YouTube, I'm over 18, bro.
I don't know how it works if you like streaming.
Should it? Would it not? That's
You might have
weird.
to close the playlist to watch it. I think we did.
I did close the playlist. Always refresh it again.
Okay. I understand and wish to proceed.
Okay. Cool.
We got it.
I did.
We got it.
I did, guys. I'm smart.
I don't know your name. I don't know your name.
기억들러야 해 지우고픈 일들 요즘 기분은 어때 1993 내가 태어난다 엄마 심장의 수술 별의별 일이 많았지 뭐가 이리 다 살아난지 기억조차 안 나는 기억도 다 꺼내보자고 하나씩 다 꺼내보자고 하나씩 최선들의 선택 최선들의 선택 최선들의 선택 원치 않잖아 내 통제밖에 자신만 하자 My AMYGDALA 어서 나를 구해줘 My AMYGDALA 어서 나를 꺼내줘 My AMYGDALA 이곳을 슬프해줘 어서 빨리 꺼내줘 그래 참 별의별 일이 많았지 길가에 너무 심장치게 소리 전하지 못했던 내 사고 소식과 스케줄 중에 걸려 언제나 아버지의 간암 소식 최선의 선택들이 맞아섰길 그 또한 모두 지나가 버렸길 그래서 이 수많은 고통은 날 위한 것일까 끊임없는 시련은 날 죽이지 못하고 다시금 나는 연꽃을 피워내 최선들의 선택 My AMYGDALA 어서 나를 구해줘 My AMYGDALA 어서 나를 꺼내줘 My AMYGDALA 이곳을 슬프해줘 어서 빨리 꺼내줘
Okay.
Oof. Oh man, that was a heavy one.
Ouchie.
Oh, we're not gonna watch it again, guys. Oh, can I pause? Can you just let me pause? All right, we're gonna.
No.
Okay, guess not. Anyway, that was Amygdala.
Okay. So I feel like all right, my first thought is I need to watch this 3 times. I need to watch it once to listen to the music. I need to watch it once to just watch the whole video. And I need to watch it once to just read the lyrics. Because I feel like they're all really important. I tried to pay attention to the lyrics as much as possible. Also while keeping an eye on like the video, because obviously the video is very important to the lyrics here. The understanding that I'm getting with, which is obviously probably very minimal understanding, is that we also have multiple versions of Suga here, but this time those versions are both like in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
It's like less Where it seemed like the previous videos in the trilogy, they had more like aggression and anger. This one is more like turmoil. It feels like.
Yeah.
And the song lyrically just felt like transcripted like journal. Like it was very written like this is what was happening. It wasn't like playing, it wasn't really like cutting corners with like talking about deep stuff and like real situations and being like this is what happened. These are my feelings. This is what was going on. It was very like sort of like tossed metaphors and tossed like hiding stuff out the window, and it seemed like very direct and like interpersonal, and it was like as someone just transcribed a therapy session almost. Felt very song felt like a very big window, I think. It was really good. I mean, it's really sad. I don't know really the behind story. I'm sure Therese can give plenty more context, but definitely the most different vibe. Definitely a big vibe, big tone shift on this one. So I'll leave it at that until Therese goes last and gives us some more context.
Yeah. Wow, what a song. I feel like I think each member so far I've kind of like again felt that like like weird like through the computer screen kind of tug, which normally I don't get. Normally again I don't it doesn't really happen that often, but I felt like this song definitely was very like obviously very personal to his struggles in life and like up here into the looking glass a little bit, but like in the most direct way possible. But I think it's the thing that I think is pretty understated about, I would imagine, people that are only familiar with BTS in the way of like most popular songs. Like I would never expect this type of song to be released. You know what I mean? Like if I was looking at it from surface level, like this would be something I wouldn't expect from them, and that's I think it makes it. I think that it makes it that much more apparent that like they truly do write stuff that is very personal and very direct to them. That if again, since I'm a newbie, like I would have never been able to understand or appreciate, and I think it gives me a lot more respect and a lot more like I have so much more. I think of them so much more highly now that they are writing in that sort of capacity and being more interpersonal, and I think that means a lot as like a fan of a lot of different music. Like it's cool to see that that's their perspective on it, as much as it is I think arguably a very difficult thing to write about. I just appreciate the fact that they are willing to be that open and have that sort of conversation. And I'm sure they've had it with like fans and like people that obviously love their music, and I'm sure other fans have kind of camaradered together in that way. So it's very nice in that aspect, but I think like in terms of musicality, I think it does play off of that sort of like musical styling is very like emo rap, which is like I think he definitely nails super well. I think his delivery, his tone, feels very different than the other two songs we've listened to from him. But it also feels like there's more of a connection there that I really appreciate. So I think I feel like this is a song in a league of its own. Like I think this is a great song, but this is amongst songs that I feel like is very hard to listen to and not have it be like, oh, this is my favorite Suga track. You know what I mean? Like I think it is very emotional, it's very depthful, but I don't know if it's a song that I would be like, this is the one I'm listening to every day, but I feel like it does have that impact and much love to Suga that I'd hope he's doing better. I would assume that hopefully
hope
things
so
are better
too.
in his life, but it was very good. And I think his delivery was awesome. Not that I've felt any other way with his other songs, but I felt like this song more specifically, he had a lot more energy into it, and had a lot more emotion driving the song. So I appreciate that a
Yeah.
lot. It was very great.
Yeah. Oh, this was a hard one to listen to as a fan. I mean, a lot of these are pretty hard to listen to.
Sure, yeah.
But you're right. It did get very personal. It was a lot of like real things that happened to him that weren't like cute lyrics or metaphorical lyrics. It was
Yeah.
like, it was direct. Exactly what you said. Some of the stuff we knew. So he's talking about like when he was born and then his mother's heart surgery. That's stuff that he had talked about previously, but at very little. Like we don't get all of their livelihood information. We just know, oh, your mom's sick. Okay. And then so he started with things that we already knew, that he's like, this is a trauma I went through. And if you weren't aware, the amygdala is known for being the part of your brain that tends to hold trauma. I don't think that's like an official explanation of anatomy, but that's where this song is taking inspiration from. It's going through your traumatic incidents and getting into why you might be limiting yourself because you have this trauma from the past.
Sure.
So he's unpacking his trauma one by one. But then it starts getting into trauma that we had no idea about, or at least I had no idea about. So like the accident that I couldn't even mention, it showed him getting into an accident on his scooter, which I think we already knew. There was an accident in where he injured his shoulder, and he's had this shoulder injury for years. Like it's been bothering him a very long time, and he's gotten multiple surgeries to try and fix it so that he could continue dancing. But sometimes he just has to like not move his arm because it's so bad.
Sure.
That's something we sort of knew, but then like I'm sure it happened at a time when he couldn't mention it because either they were doing promotions or they didn't want people to know. Like idols have their privacy, and this is
Sure.
him like airing out like, hey, I've got privacy and these are things that are still private, but I had to deal with them. So it's crazy. Like father's liver cancer, I had no clue. I don't think anyone did until he started talking about it on live. And like, yeah, things were bad, but they're fine now. And we're like, why would you go through that alone? But also, you gotta go through it alone. Like a lot of this is very personal stuff that you wouldn't share with your fans. It's a lot of like, we think we know them very well because they share themselves so openly, as I've shown you. But there's still a lot of private things that we don't know, and they have every right to hold on to that.
Yeah.
I think it's incredibly telling that they trust their fandom enough to put as much as they do of themselves in their art. And that virtual pull you're talking about, Brandon, that's what everyone else feels.
Sure.
It's just the immense amount of love and respect that we cannot put into words because they've never met us. Like, they don't know our names. Why is there a connection? But it just is.
I think, I mean, and I know I've talked about this a lot on like other videos that I've done. It's like, I think it's that universal language that everybody speaks. If you go through something traumatic, like that is something that you experience. And if somebody else that you enjoy as a musician or like as a group or whatever goes through the same thing and talks about it, you feel that connection because you're linking it to what you've experienced. And you're like, oh shit, Suga experienced the same shit I experienced. Holy fuck. Like, that's crazy. Like,
yeah,
somebody, yeah.
I don't know if anyone else goes through that where they literally lie in bed and they just rewind all of their past, like, either horrible memories or just memories they don't want to remember. And that was what it felt like when he was stuck in that room, when he had that scar and he was like stuck in the rain and he couldn't get out. That's what it's like. It's just the ruminating of, it hurts. It hurts me.
Yeah. I think it shows I think at the end of the day, it shows you have the empathy. Like, it shows that the fan base has the empathy that, like, if you feel some sort of way about it, then, like, you're feeling empathetic towards somebody else that has experienced something you have experienced as well, you know. So I appreciate, again, I appreciate the level of transparency that they share, but also not so much where they're like giving every detail of what they do. You know what I mean? Like that shouldn't be anybody's, like it shouldn't be parasocial in that way, you know. But I appreciate, as you mentioned, I appreciate that they share as much as they share because they want to be perceived, or they want to be shown as that's how we want to be.
I think it's honestly like a mutual parasocial relationship where they
Fair,
find
yeah.
just as much comfort in us as we do in them. So it's like, it snowballs.
It's a good,
not healthy, but good for charts.
Damn. Capitalism. No, I'm kidding. I don't know what I was getting at with that.
Yeah.
Anyway, my brain's messed up here.
We're getting into the unit stuff.
Wow.
So we get to hear them all rap together.
You forgot what I meant. Cool. There you go.
Oh, you said capitalism. I heard cannibalism.
I
was like, what?
I was like, did I say it wrong? Oh my god. All right, cool. It wasn't cannibalism, just in case anybody was getting
this song. I will preface, it's a pretty cool idea for this song. Basically, the three of them, they all come from different parts of Korea. What's cool is that none of them came from Seoul. They're all from like kind of the small towns. So this is the rap that showcases their different dialects, or Satoori. Yeah.
Nice. Very cool. All right. This is Satoori Rap. Let's go.
Yeah, once again, big kid represent. 우리는 방탄소년단. Lego. 서강원부터 경상도, 충청도부터 전라도. 뭐라 카노? 뭐라 카노? 서강원부터 경상도, 충청도부터 전라도. 우리가 와볼다고 전화한게, 우리 먼저 보러 허벌나게. 아재들 안녕하십니까? 내가 고향이 대구, 아닙니까? 국에서 오늘은 사투리 랩으로 무시마 가시나 신경 쓰지 말고 한번 놀아봅시다. 여러분 모두 안녕들 하셨지라. 오메 무쇼 요물댐 실내 파긋띠야. 아짐 들도 거가 박혀있지 말고 나와서 즐겨라. 싹다 잡아볼자고. 갱상도 카모 신라의 화랑 우예들이 계속해서 자라나고. 사투리 하모 갱상도 아이가 우수하고 정경에 딱 우리 바다에 우리도 이 땅께 모전 묵었단까. 요 비빔밥이 갑이란께 아직 시부리잠 세 발에 피니께 좀 따벼 개안하게 풀어보라니까. 가가 이런 말은 하나. 갱상도 늑시다고 누가 극하노. 뭐라 했었노. 갱상도 정하면 아나바다 같은 거지 뭐. 니가 집중해서 한번 봐라. 됐다 마. 내가 무슨 말 했어. 두 말 안 한다 카이. 하모 갱상도 찍인다 아인겨. 아주라 뭐 우리가 어디 시험인겨. 어찌하스까. 전라도 시우린 댐시 아구지 막혀버렸어야. 흑산도 홍어코 한방 잡수면 된디. 온몸 군형이랑 군형은 막 다 돌리던디. 그 시기 뭐 시기 괜찮겠어. 아직 8, 9월 풍월 나 해가졌어. 무등산 수박 크기 20kg 장사여. 겉만 봐도 딱 가시네 우리 방탄여. 서강원부터 경상도, 충청도부터 전라도. 뭐라 카노. 뭐라 카노. 서강원부터 경상도, 충청도부터 전라도. 우리가 와볼다고 전화한게, 우리 먼저 보러 허벌나게.
기아가 좀 솔직히 한번 생각해봤는데 경상도 남자가 좀 잘생긴 것 같다.
아니에요 형님.
그러니까
맞다 이거. 조용히 하셔 그냥. 손놈들 난 소스테이로 만나. 서울에서 나서 서울말 잘 배웠다. 요즘은 뭐디 사투리 갖다 벼슬이다만 그래 인정할게. 악센트들이 멋있다. 하지만 여긴 표준인 만큼 정직해. 처음과 끝이 분명하고 딱 정립돼. 한국말의 표본으로 정리되지. Only eyes goes with English. You never understand it. Okay 솔직해질게. 경상도 사투리는 남자라면 쓰고 싶게 만들어. 전라도 말들은 너무나 친근해. 한 번 입에 담으면 오야 내가 다 기쁘네. Why keep fighting. 결국 같은 한국말들 올려다 봐. 이렇게 마주 안 같은 하늘. 살짝 오글거리지만 전부 다 잘났어. 말 다 통하잖아 문산부터 말았어. 서강원부터 경상도, 충청도부터 전라도. 뭐라 카노. 뭐라 카노. 서강원부터 경상도, 충청도부터 전라도. 우리가 와볼다고 전화한게, 우리 먼저 보러 허벌나게. 서강원부터 경상도,
Cool. That was Satoori Rap from BTS.
Also, Paldogangsan on Spotify if you're looking up the song name.
Ah. Very cool.
I think it's spelled out like that. And yeah, Paldogangsan.
Oh. Very nice.
Thank you for the corrections, guys. Namjoon is in fact from Seoul. He raps about it in this exact track. But he does talk about like he does talk about like with other people. It's like, oh, I'm from Ilsan. It's not like he wasn't Chaebol, you know. He wasn't rich boy.
Ah. Nice. Cool. I guess I'll start. I thought it was unique. I like that. If I had any idea prior to this that they spoke in like their specific like dialect, would have probably flown over me for sure. But I was really trying to listen intently to the different like dialects and different styling, and it was cool to hear like some of their like vocal inflections, some of the ways that they like spoke, and like I think it does make the song really unique in that aspect, and I'd argue probably differentiates it from the, you know, the large, very, very, very large discography that BTS has. But I also love that it just paid homage to their hometowns. I think that's always really cool. That I think that obviously I'm sure will get overstated in this reaction. Sorry, you know, part of the commentary, but I thought it was really nice that they were able to just like give a shout out to their hometown. Always really cool. But all of them sound great together. I felt like they flowed super well together. I like how they kind of interact, especially in that like chorus part. I like how basically RM is just like the hype man and just like throwing in what's into like the into like the chorus. It seems like they just like are just so unique to their own style, but just like work really well in tandem together. So I think that's to me what it showed off. So definitely like this. This was a unique track, and you know, obviously P Dog the Goat did the production for it. So big salutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was an interesting track. It was fun. Probably like not something I would normally listen to, but I think I understand like why you picked it. It's definitely it's interesting the way they bounce back and forth, like Suga and J-Hope in this, because it felt very like conversational rather than like them just having verses in the same song together. It was like they were just, you know, it was like you put them in a room and they were just talking to each other and just wrote it down, and that was the song. And there's some like funny stuff in there too. Like Suga was saying like he's from Daegu, he doesn't say things twice, and then his next line was him saying the first word twice. It was like a lot of they had fun with it, clearly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I appreciated stuff like that. It was entertaining to say the least. Listen. So
Yeah. I feel like you guys got everything they were putting down in this. It's definitely a fun track, and it is, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty dated. It's hard to listen to now when you've heard all of their more modern stuff. And,
That's true. Yeah.
It's good modern stuff, can't lie. But I gotta pay homage, I guess, to the OG army out there who wish they could have stayed in like this realm of hip hop. They really miss the old BTS stuff. I know. I've heard all of it. And I'm not against it. Like, if this is what you started with and you loved in BTS, obviously you'd want to hear more and more. And as they continued westernizing in a way, as they continued getting popular in the West, their sound did change. But I think that's partially because that's the sound they started wanting to do more of, as we heard from RM.
Yep.
But I think it's a really telling track. It also showcases their earlier days in a very fun light. I know plenty of people that got into BTS with this track where they were like, wow, that's really cool. Didn't even know that there was a song that I could listen to that explains the different dialects of Korean. It's a really cool idea, and I think they pulled it off flawlessly. And all of their little conversational bits, they're in a lot of other songs because they did do like the hip hop thing of, we gotta have an intro, we gotta have a skit in the middle where we're literally just hanging out and talking. They have like what we'll get into, Cypher Part 4, there's 4 different ciphers, and there's a circle room cipher in addition. Then there's the triptychs. There's like a whole series of rap tracks that were just meant to be like conversational situations, but turned into songs. I think it's really cool. It's a really cool idea that they do. So yeah, it's fun. I was hoping it'd bring us up from the amygdala sadness.
Yeah.
Okay,
Much
okay.
needed. Much
lighten
needed.
the mood a bit.
Much needed.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that. All right, cool. Well, we're going to move it on to the last one of the evening. Come join us for part 2. But this is going to be Cypher Part 4, and it's a live video, so very cool. Let's rock. All right, cool. That was Cypher number 4 from the BTS boys.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I love the acknowledgement of the haters.
Oh my god. It was all over
yeah,
the place.
So much
We see
acknowledgement.
Wait until they call out the fans.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, I don't really know what. I feel like it was pretty direct. I can't give that much that you didn't see if you watched the video. It just seemed like a very fun performance. Like the crowd was into it. They were obviously very into it. They're like all 3 of them are their own hype men. Like doing like all their like ad libs and jumping in and everything. It looked really fun. Did they perform this still, or was this like a special concert performance? Like, is this in the rotation of like unit stuff you get?
No, I don't think so anymore.
Oh,
they got too many now.
They got too many.
That makes
They do
sense.
have a lot, yeah.
I mean, it's fun. I mean, it'd be cool for them to pull it out again. The beat is pretty crazy. It is a very fun,
so
just like
good.
absolute like trap club
Yeah.
banger beat. It's a fun one. This is a official released. Like, there is a studio quality version of this.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Nice.
would.
I chose to
I'll-
put the live performance in here, but yeah, go check
No,
out
that
the
makes
studio
sense. I think the live
Yeah.
performance is probably the right move. I just want to check out the studio version.
You should.
Oh.
Yes.
Give it a listen. I feel like Therese is like has the fiery background. She's like, yes, continue to listen,
Yes, my
Alex.
cheese.
Yes, keep listening, Alex and Brandon. That's why I asked for an entire month to do this. No, okay. No, this is great. This is like the definition of hype. Like especially the live version. Like, I would be so fucking. My endorphin levels would be through the roof. Like, I'm just saying, I would be incredibly hyped up. I feel like I just need to have that. I feel like I just have to have that like as my ringtone to like wake up my alarm. Like I feel like that'd be great.
Yes.
That would be awesome. So maybe I'll
That
change
would
my.
wake you up for sure.
That would wake me up. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I'll have to try it tomorrow. I'll go change
But
it now.
you gotta check out the Japanese track "Wake Up" by BTS.
No, Therese, don't.
I
No,
already did it for you. I already did it for you.
No. Oh my God, we'll be here. We'll be like, hey, welcome to part 1,502 of BTS.
It's only 350 songs. You can get through all.
If we took one song a day, we would basically take the entire year to go through
Yeah, the
BTS.
entire year.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh.
That'd be a good year, guys.
You would be, you would be stoked about that, I'm sure. But
Oh yeah.
I would like to cover other groups, so. But
I do like covering other groups. I love
yeah,
K-pop.
okay,
This is
cool.
so much fun.
Thank you. No, this was awesome. I think it can be just. I think it could just be surmised as like a fantastic hype song. And I know Tay said that they included it on their gym playlist. This is absolutely going on the gym playlist. It's gonna be great, mixed up with like some metal in there. Some ATs. So be sick. I'm about it. Yeah, this is awesome. Fantastic track. 2 thumbs up.
Oh yeah. Like I said, there's this is part 4. There's parts 1 through 3. There's
Oh.
outro circle room cipher. There's triptych, which is the next era of ciphers. There's the newest rap line song, which was Ugh, and then
You have to say it like that, right?
yeah, it's in
Ugh.
all caps with an exclamation mark. That's how you say it.
Fair. Okay.
But
Respect.
oh dang, we gotta add dang to the June 19th playlist. It's so good. That was one of those free songs. That's too good. Yeah, we mentioned it. I remember now.
Dang.
But this is a song. I go back and forth. I'm like, what's your favorite cipher? Because everyone's got a different favorite cipher, and I think it mostly has to do with which one you heard first. Because my favorite I heard first, which if you guys didn't know, I got to know BTS through the hit mobile game Superstar BTS, which was just a rhythm game that used their whole discography. It does not exist anymore. But BTS Cypher Part 3 was the first one that I was like, ooh, trying to tap all the hardest to get. So that was the one that I listened to first. This one became my favorite because I went to a BTS rave.
Ooh.
And they played this in the club, and nothing goes harder than when there's a ton of people around you just going, I love myself, and you're like, yeah, it's
You
the most
do, yeah.
empowering shit you'll ever have. Go to a BTS rave. There's touring ones that go all around the U.S. at least. It's so good. So
That'll
good.
be the end cap for my BTS journey is going to a BTS.
That'll be Brandon's next birthday. We did a
That-
K-pop rave
did.
already. We'll do it.
We
We'll
did.
Yeah,
just
you gotta go
dive into
and-
a full BTS only rave.
It'll be great because
hilarious.
if I go back and do it again, then I'll be like, wow, I know more songs. You know?
Yeah. But what's hilarious is that BTS raves specifically, if they play any song that isn't BTS, it's an instant vibe killer. Everyone goes to the bar. No one's dancing. It's hilarious.
I will say mic drop popped off at the club though.
Oh, so good.
That popped
But
off. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep promoting Cypher Part 4, if only to hear more people scream that they love themselves.
Hey.
And
yeah.
yes, this was even before the Love Yourself era. So they do a lot of like.
It's a good era.
They carry over a lot of their lyrics into the next few tracks, and we'll notice that in Part 2 on Wednesday, same time, same place. We're gonna get into Jin. Guys, Jin is coming back.
Let's go.
We're gonna get into V, Jimin, Jungkook.
Oh!
We've got all of the good lineups, at least 2 songs each, live performances, and then some really good vocal lines.
Yeah, I hope we do that
Vocal
one.
unit songs.
I hope we do that one song with Jack Harlow.
Oh my god! I swear to God.
I'm just kidding, don't.
Did you hear about his music festival? He had a music festival. It was an absolute flop. Anyway. Like, it
Can't
got
imagine
rained
why.
out. It got
Okay.
rained out. They couldn't finish it, so they just canceled the next day.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Thank you for joining. Ugh is my absolute go-to gym song. Let's go.
Ugh.
All right. Ugh.
So good. I think I actually showed that one to you, Brandon, because I was like, I don't think this is gonna make it on the playlist.
Have you? I don't know if I heard
I
that
might
one.
have. If you hear it and you're like, ah.
If I hear it and go, oh yeah, then I've heard it. Yeah. Yes, the song is better without Jack Harlow. I've said it. Yeah.
Would recommend the Justin Timberlake remix though.
Justin Timberlake remix was fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can agree.
Ugly the shoes.
Oh, that's true. That's true. There was a JT remix. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
There you go. Now you can go listen to it, youthful. I know. Egg says,
Boy band
I don't even
collab.
mind Jack Harlow, but his verse wasn't doing anything to elevate the track. Just say.
Oh my god. Let's just say I have
Girl.
beef with Jack Harlow.
Oh, okay. We're not. We're not. We're not.
Major beef.
We're
That's all
not.
I'm saying. I'm just saying. I have
All right.
beef with
Well,
Jack Harlow.
I will. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
cool. That's probably a good idea. Anyway.
I got nothing good to say about him.
All right, cool. Well, if you joined us for that last bit where we roast Jack Harlow, you didn't hear it. Anyway, next part. Thank you guys for joining us. If you do watch this on YouTube, come join us on Wednesday for part 2. We're going to be having a great time, and then we're going to be doing this shit for the next month. So if you feel like you're going to be tired of BTS, you're not. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. So have fun. It'll be great. Join chat. Chat's sick. I love chat. They're awesome. If you enjoyed this video, follow us on Twitch. That's the best way to notify when we go live and do all that sort of stuff. As well as that, if you're on YouTube, subscribe. Because, we're getting ominously close to 5K. And I said that I would do some sort of dance. So, yeah.
Which dance was it? Was it the JYP trainee dance or was it the
I don't know.
switch to me dance?
Alex and I
They're
were
pretty
talking
similar.
about it the other day.
I have an idea.
Oh!
And it might not be worth fully
We're not going to disclose
getting
it yet.
ahead of ourselves, but
Might be something.
yeah, it might be a good idea.
Might be something.
Yes,
I need
next
Brandon
stream
like
is Wednesday. We have our calendar of days up on the community tab. Go check it out if you
It's also on
care
Instagram.
to see some cool graphics.
Yeah. Therese did a great job. Also, if you're watching this, please show Therese some love because she has spent literally the entire month planning this shit out. So, give claps, dubs in the chats, Therese.
Shout out to Therese. Me and Brandon have just
The
been
fucking goat.
along for the ride.
Yeah, we're just chilling. Therese
ride
has
it's
been doing this shit for like a couple months. So, that's how you know the fucking shit's real. So, show Therese some love. And yeah, thanks for joining. We love you guys, and we'll see y'all on Wednesday. Have a good night.
Yep. Peace out, everyone.